ሰላም እንግዲህ like አዲስ Devtopia ኢንተርቪው ኤፒሶድ ይዘን መጥተናል ዛሬ I think ይሄ አራተኛ ኤፒሶዳችን ነው የሚሆነው ዛሬ እንግዲህ Kinfish ይዘን መጥተናል I think አብዛኞቹ ታውቁታላችሁ he works at Better Auth he like starting from the early days ከመጀመሪያ ጊዜ ጀምሮ እና ዛሬ እሱን ስለ ፕሮግራሚንግ ጆርኒው እና ደግሞ ስለ like various like opinions I don't know which like we're gonna talk about a lot of stuff around like the JS ecosystem, the stuff like that, frameworks, the build systems, and we're even going to like some systems programming stuff. But it's gonna throw episode no biono. And now let's give him a chance, I guess, to introduce himself.
Okay. Confirm Kale Tariq Baralo, and በአብዛኛው ሰው የሚያገኝ Kinfish በሚለው ኒክኔም ነው and yeah of course I work at Better Auth. I'm the core maintainer there and I used to learn Addis University ማለት ነበር I was third year university student እና አሁን አልማርም
classic dropout technology
I'm proud
yeah you're like dropout proud dropout
yeah you can say this is a short version of my introduction
and then I guess
how did you get into tech I guess ዝም ብሎ ለመጀመሪያ ከዛ ጀምሮ
since I guess it's gonna be what a high school time probably because like ezani I do experience a lot of things I do remember በዛ ሰዓት before around the corona time አካባቢ ምናምን I do remember find like PC ነበረኝ በዛ ሰዓት I used to gaming I love it Call of Duty Modern Warfare that was the OG like literally I played every ሁሉንም እንትኖች ማለት ነው there is more Code War Code 2 Code 4 Modern Warfare እና ያንዳንዱ በቃ
you finished all of them
every ምንም የቀረችኝ every እንትኖች አውቃቸው ነበር ሚሽኖች አውቃቸው
የትኛው ነው your favorite
Modern Warfare
Modern Warfare 2 ነው ወይ
ማን ነበር the graphics was like different በጣም like it was like maybe like that was my first experience ስለሆነ ምን አላውቅም ግን like that was literally I was impressed with that
እና soap መክታብሽ ነው
soap Captain Price
that was like
so በጣም ጮስ ነበረ ከዛ I have no idea what was the programming ከዛ I guess for some reason I just got into networking hacking ምናምን just minor stuff ምናምን ነገር ከዛ በዛ ምክንያት I installed Linux and all the games all the games ከዛ ካሊን ጫንኩኝ I was my first operating system was like confusing for the first time ከዛ I was like doing some kind of minor hacking just normally payload embed ማድረግ normally አፖች ላይ ፒዲኤፎች ላይ ኢሜጆችን ዲኮድ አድርጎ ማድረግ ምናምን just like basic stuff ምናምን ከዛ through time I found out I have to learn programming especially to understand how malware embedded ምናምን እንዴት እንደሚሰራ by the time ደግሞ C was like one of the most language that ለምሳሌ if you are targeting the Windows or some machine they probably have they need an executable so that C layer will help you to build that no
top two programming languages for hacking would have Python and C that's what you're gonna use
so your Metasploit plugins እንደመጣ
Metasploit አንደኛ when you are exploring a lot of እንትኖች አሁን ከሜታ አሁን እንዳልከው ሜታ ኤክስፕሎይት ከምታደርግባቸው ውጪዎች like no you have to there was time I have to write my own custom malware just for custom I cannot remember but like it was for my custom stuff for my exploit it's not like based on the frameworks and MCV now like it's not like በነሱ based አርግቼ ነበር ይዛኔ ግን there was some custom need I was looking into now I have to go and see read በተለይ I have to read C++ and I started by reading ከዛ መጽሐፉን የጀመርኩት በጣም ቆይቼ ነው like መረዳቱ በዛ ሌቭ በዛ ታይፕ C language understand ማድረግ was like
memory space እንዴት ነው
በጣም it was another thing በቃ ሌላ ቻፕተር ነበር እሱ cuz I just dig I start to get to read them ምናምን ነገር ከዛ read ማድረግ ከቻልኩ በኋላ I start to write some of them like minor እንትኖች አሉ ይሄ ዊንዶው እንትኖቹን ይሄ ዊንዶው ባክግራውንድ ፕሮሰሱን እንትን ኪል ማድረግ ምናምን እንደዚህ አይነት ቀስ እያልኩ ወደ ሜጀሮቹ ዋና ኢምቤዲንጎች ውስጥ ቀስ እያልኩ I was script kiddie for the most of time ከዛ just got into C ከዛ በኋላ ነው everything የተቀየረው C የዛ በዛ ሰዓት obviously you do some trick ጓደኞች ላይ ነው you just
hacking the classic እንትን ነው
okay
yeah and I remember I just hacked my dude and like it was like a PDF embedding it's just my first time I've tried it and now
so like
I just send them over through Telegram
wow
and now I just keep listening if there is any connection that's been made to the device
reverse shell ማለት ነው reverse shell ነገር ነው
you can reverse shell and now the good thing is like one thing I also learned at that time is like አሁን ለምሳሌ for image አሁን ለምሳሌ if I have to send you an image and now if I have to embed some malware on that image your phone has image previewer and that needs to execute so you can like inject code that can run when you just open the image and now that execution layer will execute the virus at the same time
is that a bug in so is that always true or is it
there is always a patch on image previewer android እንትኖች ምናምን እንትኖች አሉ internal
የሆነ bug discover ይደረጋል
yeah እንደዛ ምናምን ሪሊዝ ያደርጋል like there was some still short
wow
you can do
specifically in Telegram or on Android
I just use Telegram for the sharing to
sharing ነው እንጂ Telegram
open ሲያደርጉት like always
I'm not open ሲያደርግ always ነው እንጂ Telegram image viewer አለ always image viewer it can execute the malware it can say it is malicious app by doing some static analysis እዛው ከመከፍ maybe really ይችላል ግን በአብዛኛዎቹ I don't think they would say I was taking advantage of that rendering part ላይ እና I was like there was a lot of my own ነገሮች unnecessary ነገሮች አሉ ግን like those things are like something that somehow I'm proud again like I'm not
mama
yeah
ሲጀመር
Mr. Robot moment I don't like what I see I'm going to stop being a hacker
yeah bunny ባየሁትም ደግሞ like this could be በጣም
ኃይለኛ
yeah you can use it literally to በቃ you feel like you have power በጣም
እሱ power discuss ታረጋ I thought እንደውም attract ያረጋና you will go deeper
power corrupts
ግን እሱ discuss ነው ያረጋው
it depends
so like it makes you feel like whenever something happens ለምሳሌ ከጓደኛ ጋር ነገር ቢፈጠር or something happen ቢያረግ bro I got him like I can do anything to him now በቃ ማውን እንትን ውስጥ ይፈጥራል
okay
እና የሆነ በቃ ሰው በቃ እንትን ሰው እንትንም ሲያረግ ሲቀርብ እንደዚህ ነገር ደም ስራ ሲያቀም bro I cannot do anything with you you can call it really do something no they are also afraid of now whenever I send them a message it seems
ልክፈታ Kinfish
ግን the major part በቃ እነዚህ በመላክ ሊንክ አንድሮይድ አፕ አለ ድሮ ሃክ አለ እንትን ብር ምናምን የሚያስልኩ this is like እነሱ እንደውም the literally the basics ምን ነው የሚያደርገው
social engineering ነው
social engineering ውጪ
USSD code run
የሚያደርገው when the app launches there is a you can literally code basis you can literally see the ኮከብ ስምንት ነው
እኔ እንደሱ አይነት ጓደኛ ነበረኝ
እንደዛ ያስቸገረ ያላስ ብለህ ብር ጠይቀኝ
አይ እሱ እንትን like ይሄ ዲስካስ አላደረገውም እሱ ሄደበት አለፈው ያንን ትሬሽሆልድ አልፎ በቃ
ደግሞ that time ደግሞ there was an app በጣም utility የምትባል አፕ ነበረች ልክ ስትከፍታት ባላንስን ቼክ የምታደርግበት እንትን ትራንስፈር ሾት
E04 ምናምን እየመጡ ነበር
ያ እንደዛ አይነት እሱን አፕ ነበር እንትን ሳረግ ነበር
እሱን like
decompile ታደርገና you can just literally change the በቃ literally one line or two line
wow
Android ላይ እኮ you can ስለ reverse engineering በጣም ቀላል I guess Java
reverse compile
even if you don't understand Java even if it's XML or something ቢሆንም
አንድ variable
you can just በቃ you can find you can like grab the file like ኮከብ ስምንት ነው you can find that in like you can አንዱ እዛ ላይን በቃ ፉል ላይን ባንድ ይጽፋል ኮከብ 8 7 ቼን ማርክ ትችላለህ እንትን ላይ በኮከብ
ያ እና ዶሮ ደግሞ APK ዝም ብለን ነበር ምን ላላከው
ዝም ብለን like APK pure ምናምን
APK pure ላይ ሁላ ቴሌግራም ላይ ለጓደኞች ዜንደር እና የሆነ ኤክስፕሎይትድ የሆነ
ዜንደርም ነበረ እዛ ላይ ደግሞ እና አንዱ አፕ አንተ ጋር ከሆነ obviously
በቃ ተጓደኞች because ኢንተርኔት ሙድ ነው
ቴክኒካሊ እንደዛ ነው
አንተ ዳውንሎድ ታደርገዋለህ ለሁሉም ታሰራጫለህ
then if you want it to be
በሽተኛ ታደርጋለህ
እና the challenging was also enabling ማለት ነው it was like እንደ ሌሎቹ አይደለም vulnerable ነበር
ያ ስታንዳርድ ነበር ይሄ ዝም ብሎ ከሰው እንደምትቀበል APK
አሁን እንትን ሆኗል እንጂ
አሁን ቀላል
so side loading disable ማድረግ actually ጥሩ አይዲያ ነው ያላችሁ
ያ አዎ እንዴ
ስለዚህ we should be
ያቺ unknown sources ብትላልፍ ላይ
we should be Google እንደውም like Play Store ብቻ አይሆን ነው ያላችሁ ያላችሁ
ያ
Play Store ብቻ Apple ለዛ ነው እኮ doesn't allow side loading
yeah they don't do that I guess
even I'm also በዛ ሰዓት I have been also hacked I can't say
you like ከሌሎች ሀገሮች ወይ
የዛኔ
ኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ
አንድ በዛ ሰዓት በጣም ይሄ ግሩፕ አልነበረ ይሄ ቴሌግራም ግሩፕ በቃ የዛኔ ከኮርናይት በፊትም በቃ የዛኔ ግሩፕ በቃ ውስጥ ኢንተራክት ማድረግ የጀመርኩት በዛ ታይም
ኮርናይት ውስጥ ያን ያህል የሆነ ያካኪንግ
ነው ያ ኮርናይት ውስጥ ሳይሆን ሌላ
እንደዛ አይነት
ቻናል ተመሳሳይ ቻናል እና ኢንጌጅ ማድረግ የጀመርኩት የዛኔ
ኦኬ ከዛ ውስጥ
ካገርቺ
ይሄን ቱል ተቀበለው ነው
how am I use ምን ይሄ ሜሴፍ እንትን አለ ሜታስፕሌት ፍሬምወርኮች አሉ ብዙ እንትኖች አሉ ይሄ ጆን ደሪፐር ምናምን በጣም ብዙ ቱሎች አሉ ቢልት
ይሄ ፓስወርድ
ኢኖቬት ያደርጋል
at some point in high school or something I read the penetration testing
tools
I didn't even try one of the tools
it's very interesting by the way በጣም interesting
እኔ ደግሞ እዛ ኢንትረስቲንግ ያደረገው በቃ ሊነክስ እንትን ካልኩት በኋላ I just go there and like from pen testing to network scan tools አሉ nmap በቃ ያንን ገብቼ በቃ my goal is to try them
nmap was actually interesting I think the first ever tool I made after I learned Rust was a dumb implementation of nmap
oh it was on Rust
yeah it was just it's just a simple loop so there are like I think to the power of 16 number of ports that could be open in any device and that's loop it was a dumb thing again yeah nmap was good John Hammond ምናምን እሱ ላይ ነበር ግን I don't ካሊኒክስ ኢንስታል አድርጌ አላውቅም ምንም መሽን ላይ ግን ጆን ሃመንድ ዩቲዩበሩ የሆነ ስለ ኤክስፕሎይት ምናምን እሱን ቪዲዮዎች አይ ነበር
እኔ ዊንዶውስን ተስፋ የቆረጥኩት በቃ ካሊኒክስ ጭኜ ምን ማድረግ እንደምችል ሳይ like it's so many holes Metasploit literally almost every exploit Windows ላይ ነው Windows XP Windows 7
It's crazy. So it's like they simplify it down to a button, right?
Metasploit, just a couple of interactions.
Okay, just payload no, couple of target internal like Android. If you are exploiting a DLL file or exe file,
it's like it's
and for the internal corner, for the Android corner, APK file which no some target which are target. The more የመጀመሪያ experience was using virtual machine ነው
VirtualBox
VMware
VBox ነው
VirtualBox
VBox ፒሲ ሊፈነዳ ነበር አለ
ቴስት ለማድረግ ነው እነዚህ ኤክስፕሎይቶች
just I don't want to leave
reversal ተፈጥረና እዛ ቦክስ ውስጥ ገብተህ
so one emulator would be the target machine
the Kali itself
and then from the host you can
በጣም ኢንትረስቲንግ ደግሞ አብዛኛው ባፈር ኦቨርፍሎ ኤክስፕሎይቶች ናቸው ላይክ አብዛኛው ዊንዶውስ ላይ ኦልሞስት ኤቭሪቲንግ
እና ለዛም ብዬ በጣም ብዙ
ባውንድ ቼክስ
ራስስ ተዳገባ
ኖ አይ ይሄ ባለፈው ትዊተር ላይ እንትን እያለ ነበርና ባውንድ ላይክ በፈር ኦቨርፍሎ ምናምን ችግር ነው ከዛ ሶልቭ የምታደርገው obviously just by doing the bound check ነው if it's not is on like the capacity of the like the array or like that memory chunk just don't allocate it so ከዛ ግን ሰዎች እሱን ካረግን like 1 ፒኮ ሰከንድ
ኮስት ያደርጋል
run time ስሎ ያደርጋል achieve condition so ግን
so እንዳልኩ ቴስቲንግም በቃ የኔም ደግሞ መጀመሪያ first frustration that like moving to the Kali Linux forced me to do that because I cannot leave anything that I have in the Windows
like a
gameዎችን ምናምን ስለዛኔ በቃ I cannot leave everything
at that point host machine Windows ነበር
host machine
okay
ከዛ ነው በቃ ከሰዓት በኋላ ፕሮግራሚንግ ውስጥ አሁን ወደ ፕሮግራሚንግ ስገባ ከሲ በኋላ አሁን literally I just started to web መሰለኝ በቃ I just fell in love with C I love how it works and how it enables me to do then I moved to there is a much simpler there is a much improvement that we need to see which was C++. በዛ ሰዓት በቃ እንደዛ ነበር ሪሰርች እስከ C much better የሆነ ሰው C++ C++.
Okay.
Is it the plus now?
Yeah, marketing too. Yeah, I don't want.
I really like
the plus.
They can do plus.
Yeah.
C++ እንዳልከው በጣም ብዙ ኢምፕሩቭመንቶች አሉ in terms of semantics the way how you write the code the OP support the everything ምናምን በቃ it's like well structured language ሆነ መጣ C በቃ C I love ከዛ በኋላ በቃ I really love C++. The thing I really hate about C was your son beka it was like it was a bit messy like when you write more into like memory reference now start just it's just get love messy betam na you don't even see what you are doing what's right or wrong na kaza beka C I just feel to C++ for with C++ I haven't done much thing. I just do only some console approach. Now just for fun. Build the Karakuala. I just need to make probably Python the next.
So at this point you've stopped like penetration testing now or you're using it to build those payloads?
But I'm not payload but C++ on myself. But C በቃ አለቀ እና በቃ እነዛ ማውን ነገሮችን ማውን ነገሮችን ነበሩና I don't want to do this በቃ ወደ C++ ከገባ በኋላ በቃ ኖርማሊ የሶፍትዌር ኢንጂነሪንግ ስታፎች ነበር ከዛ በቃ ከC++ እንዳልኩ ወደ ፓይተን ነው probably ፓይተን ከገባ በኋላ I don't love ፓይተን በዛ ሰዓት
indentation no what was wrong with it
I'm not sure I think it was
spaces
of the time it was being interpreted now but በቃ ደስ የማይሉ ነገሮች ከኮምፓይልድ መጣ
I guess
now you have to take your interpreter everywhere just to understand
run ለማድረግ እንደ
እና በቃ አንተም በቃ I love the easiness like especially it's like more of natural language but at this point
of course
Python now but I just checked it now ወዲያው ነው my goal was የዛኔ I have no idea about front end
okay
these are you program so now then I just የዛ ሰዓት I see people getting paid now
okay
web like so okay people are getting paid now በቃ ሰዓት ይሄ ነገር I was hobby ነበር እስከሆነ ሰዓት ከዛ this was the time around 12ኛ ክፍል አካባቢ
nice
ፈተና አካባቢ በቃ እዛ ፈተና አካባቢ በቃ I see now I have to learn HTML I have to go በቃ እንትን ማለት አለብኝ እና HTML በጣም በአጭር ጊዜ ውስጥ HTML እና CSS በአጭር ጊዜ ውስጥ እና JavaScript በቃ ዌብ እነዚህ HTML CSS JavaScript I just learned እና በቃ I just fell in love especially on the front end.
Nice.
Okay, I just love how like doing some UI በቃ I just even if like console app ሰራ I'm more curious on the UI part.
user interaction.
Yeah, you have to it should look good.
You are making tweaks ምናምን ነገር ማለት ነው.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what that was.
ከዛ በቃ just በዛ ሄድኩኝ I just learned JavaScript ከተማርኩ በኋላ I start doing beka front end like for a bit like just designing some UIs. I started with some clones around websites which just for practicing around now cuz I guess what a framework side what a React app right React.
Yeah.
With React. Like
So did you TypeScript jammer or did it take you like a while to get into TypeScript?
No, I have JavaScript with React,
Okay.
J6.
Yeah.
Then after a while, when I started like being like a boss setting,
Yeah.
I have discovered TypeScript.
Yeah.
This is.
Did you get it immediately? Why is it like it did it take you time?
So like I'm like into but I'm on blog post.
Okay.
There was a blog post I cannot remember. Like you should use TypeScript with blog post. Now I just read it and now beka C++ መከተል ልክሰራ ነው ማለት ነው.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. So it's like different.
ምን ነው JavaScript?
TypeScript and
TypeScript and blog post.
Okay. I just feel this is
that's the same like
the same.
Kasi ወደ C++ የተለወጠው?
Yeah.
And C it has some types again. Technically C is a dynamic no but so you can have like you can define a U in here like any
I guess like
here.
one thing like the types are more for memory allocations.
Yeah, and
like,
G is like enforcing the shape and under that.
Yeah.
C++ ግን ያንን introduce
Yeah, they are more curious on runtime type memory allocations.
Memory allocation.
Yeah.
Probably my assumptions are like
Yeah.
I just read the book and I see wow there is something called TypeScript.
Yeah. Why are the
discover ሳረግ በቃ
like the autocomplete one of my wish thing. Yeah, I remember like I don't know if it like a couple of years ago 2021 2022 people were actually like I don't know probably in the other world like in the safe scene in America and probably TypeScript already dominated ያረገ ነበር ግን they were like crazy discussions on the code knowledge like it will slow me down kind of like people are against TypeScript.
What?
I remember like it's like
because of the time it took to
yeah like I think in the Sunday voice chats and some people were like actively against
like in what sense like they are slowing it down?
I don't have to define types. It was I don't know so like ማንም ሰው ብታይ obviously TypeScript ነው የሚል of course በአሁን ዜና ሰምታችኋል መቼስ GitHub ላይ the number one language ሆኗል it has obviously one ግን yeah there was at some ለዛ ነው የጠየኩ at some point አንዳንድ ሰዎች ወዲያው አልገባቸው like the value that it was offering. Yeah
and for ለኔ it was like click ነው ያደረገው oh yeah I need this because obviously I don't know how weird it is በዛ ሰዓት type safety like JavaScript and I was okay like I was like just coding everything works if like how debugging ላይ ትንሽ ያዝገኛል fail to access key on undefined thank you country friends ግን like my mind was like የዛኔ ሳይው I just I just feel this is the way
and then you didn't look into the view ምናምን ነገር እና Django the full stack stuff React ጋር ነው የገባው it's fast man
yeah on the down the line I've tried Django down the line there was a project client project ነበር መሰለኝ እና I have to see Django now I discussed myself using Django I discussed myself
to be honest I agree with you ምን ነው discuss ያደረገ በጣም ትልቅ መሆኑ
my first impression is like oh this is batch included frame so everything comes and But starting from the templating and then they provide the template.
Jinjana or DTL no? Yeah, Django templating language no?
They have weird templating language. Yeah.
They're React bana no internet.
React bana.
And like Django nazi narrates manam የሚወዱ ሰዎች I guess እኔም አልወደው I mean different no I actually don't like it I mean different አለው I actually don't like it ምንድነው like you have like more power I don't know if people እኔ አሁን Django API endpoint APIዎችን ሰርቼ በሰራበት ምንም አይመስለኝም ግን like የመልቲ ፔጅ like approach like it's like weird no it's like በእንትን ሲሆን the React ዓለም ውስጥ ሆነ ማድረግ የምችለው I just fetch the data transform it however I want and then I can present it in the view like your view is a function of state የሚለው ምናምን ነገር እሱን ከለመድከው በኋላ ወደ እነዚህ ወደ Django ስመጣ ከዳታቤዙ ይመጣል like ይሄን ቴምፕሌት ጀነሬት ተደርጎ ያንን ነው የምልከው CSSን እዚህ ሴፓሬት ፋይል ጻፍ ምናምን ሲሉክ
I guess
entire especially the front end the view if you are coming from
React front end first young so far
and then you can discuss that I'm sure it's not for some people that's for backend people that's maybe the right approach. Again for me the experience that I had with the framework makes me discuss this should be in the right way like they should be much better way obviously I'm not also saying the way Django is doing is also the absolute right way. It could also be improvised. You can also replace it with your own front-end framework if you want. Again, like the point is it's become pointless.
Yahoo zaman like by StateMax, but like they're giving them man nabara he andang odamut.
They're server-driven nature or like normal client.
Like it will allow you to add interactivity into your client. ስሙት አፋብኝ ብቻ ነው
Ajax based ነገር
it's like a tiny library ግን እና PHP ዓለም ውስጥ ነው መሰለኝ የተነሳው እንደነ ብቻ እነ ላይቭ ያሉ ምናምን ብቻ ያ ዓለም like ሁለቱም they're trying to do the same እና ከፍሮንት ኤንድ ስፓይ ነበሩ ሰዎች አሁን በሰርቨር ሳይድ ሬንደሪንግ ምናምን ወደ like efficient multi page apps ጋር እየመጡ ነው እነዚህ ደግሞ ኢንተራክቲቪቲ አስተማረግ like ሁለቱም አንድ ቦታ ሚት እያደረጉ ነው so both of them are heading in the right direction
በቃ እዛ ፓርት ላይ አንደርስታንድ እንትኖች ነው obviously do you think like people are actually using Django just for API
no
Django REST framework DRF ነው DRF በጣም ተጠቀሙ
ብዙ ሰው ነው like
that's different from the actual Django there is a huge
ራሱን የቻለ ፕሮጀክት ነው it's a huge project DRF
ለብቻው ማለት ነው
ግን some Django runtimes
multi page app ነው ያለው by default Django ኮነ
multi page ግን ስለ አሁን there are some big projects Django ከሪያክት ጋር
of course
አሁን ሴሎር የሚባል open source የሆነ e-commerce አፕ አለ በጣም huge it's a common pattern ማለት ነው react እና Django
አንድ ላይ ማድረግ is okay
then if you say that's just literally calling endpoint
አሉ ደግሞ ሌሎች መንገዶች endpoints አሉ የሆነ ዳታውን
native binding አድርገን ምናምን ነገር I'm not sure like having a Django package or React
you can there are like literally some I think
I don't think native binding exists
PHP ዓለም የወጣ package Laravel to use no Laravel ሲጠቀሙታል ግን ስሙ ጠፍቶብኝ ነው it's like famous በኤ ነው የሚጀምረው let's forget about it
ምን ማድረግ ያለው ንገረኝ
No, you just send over the data because as I say the data in the React hydration style it will be in the HTML DOM kaza bala on the client side it will like hydrate it with your React components again data download የሚያደርገው like there is a script tag on top of it kaza with the JSON label if you're fetching a list of posts ያቺ script tag አለች kaza like that script tag will have a JSON object with like a string of the posts you got out of the database
serialized version of the
so your template is generating JavaScript and then your React component reads that JavaScript and stuff
that's
why ነገሮች አሏቸው እንትን የኤክስትራ ኮል አለ ማጥፋት ማለት ነው
ድጋሚ እንትን ግን like still እኮ that's not also optimized having it serialized when the script tag and then the client take it and hydrated with that data is like
yeah, multi-step.
again sorry I'm not I just did it. I just see the code. I'm not sure I didn't last for 10 minutes.
Probably it just failed. I don't know. The boilerplate just failed to a lot.
Yeah,
boilerplate.
There is a configuration that I have to do. There is settings.
Settings to pay.
There is a setting. There is app. You know.
Yeah.
Even
የዛኔ ደግሞ እንትን ነበረ ሰርቪስ ቤዝድ ምንድን ነው የሚባለው ሃይፕ በነበረበት ጊዜ ነበረ ላይክ ሶ ኦኬ ማይክሮ ያንዳንዱ ሶ ዳትስ ዋይ ጃንጎ የተወደደ የዛኔ አሁን አይ ገስ ግን ለምን ወደ ፍላስክ ምናምን አትሄዱ ላይክ ላይት ዌይት ነገሮች
ከድሮም ጀምሮ I just don't love Python.
You don't love
no so like don't take it in another way. I maybe if I get used to writing Python I would love Python. ግን በቃ መጀመሪያም ኤክስፒሪየንስ ይስዋል ነበር እና በቃ ጃንጎን አየሁት በጣም ብዙ ኮንሴፕቶች አሉት like it's like more of በቃ new thing.
It's one tool for the whole stack ነገር ነበር. That's why it's big. I guess I understand.
Then like obviously it is like good framework.
It's I guess
providing everything for you.
Of course.
Yeah, now for Python lover it's almost
I'm moving away because I feel like
what's better alternative? Flask, lightweight,
Fast API to be honest. Backend Fast API or Flask ከሁለት አንዱ more than
again Fast API have templating engine.
No. View partun you just use a front-end framework.
Actually, if you're starting any project, I don't see even a point of using Python for a backend. It's like you could use Node.js, but it would be so much better.
One thing also,
it's even with performance and like convenience. On drizzle መጠቀም ትችላለህ ምናምን እዛ like ምንድን ነው the rest of
the thing is one thing I would also I'm appreciating Python is nowadays
for an old project
nowadays appreciate ማድረግበት ምክንያት Python is popular always. It is easy to use.
Yeah.
Again, the bindings are built on top of like other language. Let's say if you use Terraform or some machine learning libraries, they are built under C++.
Yeah.
They are just taking advantage of the simplicity of the Python. And now, there's a regard like I really appreciate how
Python language እንትኖቹ በጣም ደስ
ነው if ያዙ ደግሞ ፈጣን ነው like this simple ፈጣን easy to integrate.
እነዛው ፋክተሮች I guess that
makes sense.
Yeah.
ግን የኢቨንት ሉፑ ምናምን ራሱ I think am I correct about that in terms of benchmarks with any Node.js like HTTP server is obviously like it can handle more requests than Python.
Node.js
that's
ምንድነው አሁን Python ሌሎች ፍሌቨሮች አሉ like
it's a standard Python Jython
just-in-time compiler.
Aldo, I guess. Okay, so it depends on which interpreter you're using.
Interpreter የምትጠቀመው አይደል?
I guess እኔ async stuff እንዳደረገው ያውቃለሁ ግን I didn't get into that world ወጥቼ ነበር ለዛ maybe it's better now ግን ዝም ብለህ ካሰብከው በአሁን ዘመን
ከጀርባ ያለው እኮ እንትን ነው በቃ ከጀርባ ያለው ቱሊንግ የፓይተን ደስ ይለኛል ለዛ ነው እኔ ልላቀቅ ያልቻልኩት I don't know
if you started like I don't know like you didn't have Python is not the only language you know about or your team used English language what would make you like make a Python a backend in Python a backend
the tooling
which parts of that
every tooling ለምሳሌ if you are
building AI stuff on a backend
ብቻ ሳይሆን ሌሎችም እንትኖች አሉ ባይንዲንጎች በደንብ ነፍ ነገር
that means there is a package in Python that you need to utilize
optimization
ምናምን ነገር
ፓኬጅ ማኔጀሩ ሳክስ ባይ ፒፕ ሳክስ ፓኬጅ ማኔጀር ግን ፓኬጆቹ UV is like UV is done.
UV is I've seen that actually.
Again okay I guess that makes sense again it just seemed so it's like maybe custom ስለማላውቀው ነው እንጂ
custom አሪፍ ነው and the language is beautiful እኔ ወደዋለሁ I guess just
easy
aesthetically easy ነው ከጃቫስክሪፕት it makes sense
import these rules so okay so the story like so you've been React እንትን ያልከው did you get into the world of Node.js ወይስ ቀጥታ ወደ next ነው የገባው
Node.js እንኳን I got into it እንጂ አሁን እንዳልኩ React with JavaScript then I have learned TypeScript and ከዛ በኋላ TypeScript ገብቼ ከተማርኩ በኋላ I just go back into React and now I just start using this TypeScript. React is TypeScript one.
Okay. So these are like still you create React app and
I'm still there. Still this is the freshman time university I don't was.
Yeah.
And now I obviously as I said already I have already known what's front end, what's back end is and what to and how to work with them now because somehow there was some app that I was looking to make like I cannot remember like what exactly it is. It seems like you're in a bookstore or something like that.
Okay, yeah.
And now I have to learn backing.com because I just checked the language Python and I just considered even C++ to you. And now I just see now there is also a node the runtime with a certain now why not I don't use that now and not typically the one Express because I have the very stack I need to ring man no MongoDB
of course this is like literally this is literally how I do it like that thing
just I was like following some blog how to build CRUD up with Node being a better and they recommend me to use Express now Mongo. That's my name more because about I don't care about like what my database should look like. It's just relational. I don't give a shit. I just my app works.
I just
Mongo's story but I just call it from front end and now appun complete karoku but I just did some gigs and I gigs too.
Nice.
And now እነሱ ትንሽ ሰራው ከዛ ነው በጣም ኮምፕሌን እያደረኩ በቃ I just got into የዛኔ next has been also I guess next 9 no 10 ነበር የዛኔ there was the time gate server side
gate server props
that's what I believe yes እነዛ የነበሩ ጊዜ ነበርኩኝ በቃ እነሱ በቃ next ውስጥ ከገባው በኋላ just makes me complain that there is no good tooling until like JavaScript like for building web frameworks websites still like people say like oh you can use Django and I can just send HTML to the client normal server side rendering normal PHP and other stuff been doing for years and again like that's not the case there is when it comes to Next.js it's more than server side rendering there are a lot of hacks there are a lot of things and now በዛ ሰዓት ደግሞ Next.js mindset adapt ማድረግ it was also hard ምክንያቱም it wasn't naive thing but it's just አዲስ ነገር ላይ
I think
it's not been something I've been experiencing and even if like ከኖርማል ዌብ ወርልድ ከዌብ እንትን ብትመጣውላ SSRን you don't see it on the Next.js on the same way with the using with the እነዚህ bash tool framework now I really appreciate that like getting into እንደዛ መሆኑ ግን there was still like በቃ እየሰራሁበት በቃ there was still issues that I've been hating and
did you learn Next.js for a project or did you
just by myself አየሁት ወጣ ተባለ የዛ ሰዓት framework
honey a long ጊዜ I remember I was a Gatsby maximalist
what
Gatsby is because on Next.js የሚል opinion ነው they allow you it's like in the git server props or in Gatsby you export a GraphQL query ከዛ እሱን type generate ያደርግልና ምናምን
this SSG framework is like
ግን እንትኑ compile time የመጀመሪያ ብሎጊንግ በጋትስቢ ነው የሰራሁት
ደግሞ በጣም is like the nice
it's like dev serverun run ማድረግ like it makes my PC like run like GTA 4 ምን አይገበት ነው የሚመስልክ like ይጮሃል
the older days is build on top of internet ለዛ
next ነው የተማርኩበት because I was Gatsby በጣም like እንደዛ ሲያደርግ ምን ገረራገቡ next ተማርኩኝ እዛው እንጂ next የዛን እኔ actually like the simplicity of that approach you get ጌት ሰርቨር ፕሮፕስ ለሰርቨር ሬንደር ለሚሆን like ዳታን እዛው ትከታለህ in your component እንደ ፕሮፕ ይመጣልሃል you have to do like prop drilling to get it down to the correct place so annoying let's not talk about that again እና ደግሞ there is a get server static props or
get server static አለ get server props አለ
yeah it's this one it was nice actually
then like let's say if we, one thing I wasn't appreciating is that like I don't know if I can remember like let's say if I fetch the thing is like the next JSON በዛ ሰዓት ስታየው there is get server side prop but now there is an your actual component
yeah.
So that get server side will have its own isolate run on the server that should run on its server that the data that it fetch if it was on the same context like why would it have to pass as a prop like you can just make it global and you can just access it again like
I thought they were storing it in the next data and in the client reads it from next data
so it was like literally bound ባለው approach the draw is like they literally fetch on the then they span up inode server they fetch the data and now you don't even have type safety code like let's say prop similar return ካረክ ከዛ ላይ ኮምፖነንቱ ላይ prop plus ተቀበል
this is before TRPC so we didn't know anyway
ግን የዛኔ I do remember like እንትን ሲያረግ ይሄ get server side prop spin up ሲያደርግ there are a lot of context ይሰጣል about the current route let's say if you are / about page count it gives you more context like the page params the IDs and all the stuff again so I really appreciate how they what they do that again like after that there should be some way of like validating that data just down when you just send it down there every time I have to do it's become JavaScript for me using TypeScript
okay
and now so like I was skeptical now this is like the design is that I couldn't think of myself like I could critique this thing there is something I missed already now
it's not a
I just left it and now they've been serious about it now like I guess like on the next JS 10 or 12 they deprecate the API they just deprecate and now they just moved into like addis just
apps router
page router ላይ ሆኖ they after they don't deprecate it then like and deprecate me so like you can still use it good
it's not maintained
it's not actively maintained
it's not maintained
kaza ወደ app router ስትገባ you feel like there has been a lot of thought that's been going on
ወዲያው ነው ወደ app router አለም የገባው እኔ I think
no it's not going to
እኔ ኢግኖር ያደረኩት ነበር straight up
app router
no next JS አለምን like ትቼው like just makes pass stuff like a single page app API sara like so single page don't even try doing this bullshit but it's like I think like የታንስታክ ኪውሪ ምናምን ስታፍን መጠቀም በቃ like especially when ታንስታክ ኪውሪ ምናምን ሲመጡ like በቃ like API መጠቀም በጣም like it became way simpler እና መስራቸው አፖች ራሳቸውን ኢንቫሊዴት ያደርጋሉ ራሳቸውን ሪፌች ያደርጋሉ there is a lot of options you can pass you can make Tanstack query like long poll itself ምናምን ነገር so like write the API in whatever language consume it from the client ከዛ እንደዛ ብዬ I think like አሁን like 2024 ላይ ምናምን ነው አፕስ ነው ለመጀመሪያ ጊዜ ተጠቀምኩት ለሁለት ዓመት ምናምን ኢግኖር አደረገ did you immediately go to apps or ወይስ
እሱ I cannot remember the timing ግን
አዲስ ፕሮጀክት
በቃ I was keeping like I keep follow up with next.js እና already ትንሽ ኮምፕሌን ማድረግባቸው ነገሮች ነበሩ እነሱ በቃ
ሪሚክስ ምናምን ይወጣ ሞክሮ ነው ሪሚክስ the first one የመጣ በኋላ ያለው
ካራክተር አውተር በኋላ በፊት ማለት ነው
የመጀመሪያው ዌብሳይታቸው ትዝላል የማርኬቲንግ ዌብሳይት እኔ እሱ ቀለበኝ እዛው ከዛ አናውንስ ያደረገው ቀን ማታ ምናምን ሰው የሆነ አልበም ምናምን ተቆጥ እንደሚለው ዌብሳይቱ በጣም ሲያምር we can maybe have it be scroll
የሆነ the interaction is like it was in my mind
we know
ግን እዛኔ እኮ they wasn't started as like a framework they enterprise ነበር መሰለኝ
it's like a closed source
ነገርና
ግን እሱ ሲመጣ ነው የአፕ ራውተር like next.js ማስፈራራት የጀመረው አይደል
አሁንማ እኮ literally they
አሁንማ ተዋቸው አሁን ምን ያው
they even introduced a way of ditching React
this don't update sometimes in order to render your component at this React ነው መግደል ይፈልጉት አሁን
they just want to kill their own rendering
ከዛ in order to call it to update the UI you have to call an update
this to update
that's the whole point of why I'm using a framework code
the thing is like the
vanilla javascript one thing እንደና RxJS እና አናተሞች አድርጌ ሰብስክራይበሩ ላይ ቴክስት ኤሌመንቱን አፕዴት ማድረግ ይችላል ራሴ ማኑዋሊ
ግን እኮ like
I don't like it
the thing is second again like when it comes to fine grained reactivity now ወረዱ ስንመጣ አሁን እንትን ላይ React ላይ there is no fine grained reactivity at all
no okay component
because like the React when it's update it just see the current virtual DOM and now just the past DOM and now the current virtual DOM just defeat and the reconciler will patch the update and now that means this doesn't mean like they haven't thought of like fine grained reactivity. They could say I can literally find the specific node that's been changed like literally walking through the tree
it's like they optimize ያደረጉት ያለው
they tried
efficiency in how they update the DOM now
virtual DOM introduce ያደረጉት is just for the sake of the performance. We don't need to literally find there wasn't no binding at all at each component level. Now that we have to literally walk through the
literally አንድ ኤሌመንት ካገኘ በኋላ
እሱን አፕዴት ማድረግ is like a whole cost ማለት ነው እና ለዛ ነው fine grained reactivity like ሲመጣ አሁን ለምሳሌ svelte እና solid ነው I guess like right now I can consider like they are actually ምክንያቱም አሁን svelte ላይ there is እንትን አለ they have compile time reactivity ለምሳሌ compile time ያልኩ when like let's say you use normal variable and you put it and you use update click it update like basic counter update type comp time reactivity ያልኩ when it's compiled the code is not going to be on the form that you see on the svelte obviously it's going to compile it's their own templating language ግን on the behind the scene they whenever like let's say button ላይ there is a button ላይ click አለች ግን ፓራግራፉ ላይ count እንትን variable reference ካዩ they make a binding እዛው ላይ ማለት compile ሲያደርጉት
it's as if like አሁን የሪሚክስ አዲስ ቨርዥናቸው ላይ የአፕዴት ፈንክሽን አላቸው and in fine grained like reactive especially svelte it's like you can think of it as when you increment that variable እዛው የሆነ this to update calling ሰርት ያደርጋል ግን አሁን እነዚህ ግን አሁን የሪሚክስ ሰዎች I think they have to introduce a compiler to do that for you or something እንጂ እኔ እሱን ሳየው I'm never gonna even use this
if they have to build if they have to ditch
manually this dot updateአችሁን ራሳችሁ ጥሩ ያሉን ከሆነ
of course
why am I even a framework I mean does not ግን maybe I don't get it because እነሱ በጣም ትራክ ሪከርዳቸውን ስታክ ጎበዝ ሰዎች ናቸው ኢንዱስትሪውን እንትኑን ጎጥ like React router remix እንዳለ like በየስራቸው እንዳለ
አሁን React router is like the most powerful unit still exist ያደርጋል ከምላችሁ ቱሎች አንዱ
better than Tanstack router or
better than what
Tanstack I don't know Tanstack type safe ምናምን ነገሩ ላይ በጣም aggressive ነው እንጂ
Tanstack አንደኛ there are a lot of things I don't like about Tanstack let's say አሁን ለእንትን let's say starting from the query it's good ግን people like it like I really like it because you can literally the API is like again there is a query function if you have there is a mutation function for you now you can literally have the types like on the generics of the use queue itself again like there was time like I don't remember when working with the Tanstack query there was a time I was to do optimistic update more
okay
and now like they really messed up like optimistic update
what do you mean
optimistic update was like whenever like let's say there is some operations I was taking me time whenever I just click it I just have to see the response immediately I don't want that API request to go around the trip and let's say it might take 3 seconds now UI it shouldn't have to take 3 seconds to I can be optimistic about my operations and now is that sad ምን መሰለህ like I don't know if that's also they recommended right now they haven't done any እንትን ደግሞ like official እንትን እና በዛ ሰዓት ምን መሰለህ ያደረኩት like optimistic update ለማድረግ literally I have to cancel any ongoing requests and queries
okay
and now there is ለነሱ ደግሞ in order like whenever you use this query it catches up and it invalidates with the key and now there is an internal API set query data and now they use that
for optimistic updates you use that
I have used Beka I have to use like that API internal API it's not something that's exposed and now I have to go query client dot set to do set query data you can literally pass the key based on that key please update this with this data and now I have to do that like literally for every and now like dude like this is like so wrong like I shouldn't have to do this like every time I have to cancel any query I have to go and update the query data now
did they advertise like being I don't think at that point they were advertising optimistic query in solving that
they do that's why I was like what is
optimistic query ሞክሬ አላውቅም ግን in terms of the other stuff of the like normal fetching and in a user effect እኔ ከሱ ጋር ኮምፔር እያደረኩት የነበረው Tanstack query ስትጠቀም just calling your fetch endpoint in a user effect and setting calling state
internally code it's been done like that they use
ግን የነሱ like የquery cache ሲስተማቸው ከዛ you can just when after the operation happens invalidate ታደርገዋለህ requery ይደረጋል ምናምን that was powerful I guess Again, you're right. Optimistic update probably it was. I remember that like the API you just mentioned. Sketchy number.
Soon demo like ገብቼ የሚገርመው ነገር ለምሳሌ I have to go to Stack Overflow or something.
And I know about it.
There is someone who told me they have set query client that they use internally to catch. Then they use query hook results ማለት በቃ I have to internally set query client ዳስ ብዬ ልክ ደግሞ እንትን ሪኮመንድ ይመጣላ አውቶ ኮምፕሊሽን ስፈልገው ኦሬዲ አለ I have to use this ከዛ ኦሬዲ ከሆነ ሰዓት በኋላ ዌብሳይታችሁ ስገባ they also recommend that approach
የሆነ ጋይዳቸው ጋር
ገባውና የሆነ ሰዓት ሳይ this was I are doing like this what the heck ከዛ በቃ I was እዚህ ታይም ለዛው ነው ከዛ በኋላ they become really serious about optimistic update and now they started a project called Tanstack
Optimistic? Wow.
Kaza they renamed it to Tanstack DB.
Cool.
They started
optimistic
the approach of optimistic solution.
Wow. The optimistic API I thought was just Tanstack DB. It's perfect. It couldn't get simpler. So look, you just pass an update and now
still I'm skeptical about that.
You just passing the collection dot update the ID and then the second function you pass in is the optimistic update. And then after it gets it will compare them if it doesn't. But that's what you need.
Yeah, again like it could
be much simpler than that. Okay.
One thing is like I guess like the optimistic thing they come up with is like conflicting with like the thing they've been saying as local first. But like it's not like they're saying local first.
Sync
local
first and it's content.
There is obviously servers that you have to always sync.
But talk about that. Talk about why Tanstack DB is not like it can't be a local first like optimistic.
Aniko is that I'm posted like channel like posted. I just saw some do the apping now. I just achieved local first.
Okay.
Local first?
Yeah.
Is this thing is a thing now?
ምንድን ነው local first? You store something in the local
technically custom code optimistic operations they're kind of like being local first. ስለዚህ optimistic updateዎች በስነ ስርዓት እየሰሩ ከሆነ the user can literally turn off their network and then እነዚህ optimistic updateዎች internal store-ን update ያደርጋሉ and once they get online all of them will be hopefully synced. ግን እሱን like you don't get that directly with Tanstack DB. You have to do extra.
I mean ጭራሽ local first ሲልም አሁን ያልከው የመጣልኝ there is ከድሮ ጀምሮ እንትን ማውቀው there is በቃ assume local first as a way for you to have like the server on your device. Let's say even for smartphone, you have the SQL server on your device. You can execute SQL. And now on the browser, have some WASM binding, like they have PG Lite or something. There is something, and now you can have like that SQL layer on your device. You don't have to make a round trip to the server. That round trip to the server could be made somewhere in time. That's somewhere in time, like that's all the connected clients will have to sync one. Like whenever someone, let's say you could say someone could do like collaborative app, or someone could do something, and now here I'm doing something. Me, I have my own SQL, and now they have their own SQL. So there is total order, like you have to maintain which order, the chronological order which comes. So they say like you have to do it with the Git approach, like for you to push, you have to pull in rebase. So if I have to push, I have to make sure that I'm on the latest change. I'm on the tip. And now, if you have a merge conflict, they have CRDT for that. And now my assumption is like, oh, did they solve this?
No, they didn't touch it.
And now, they have solved local first for one in the
So I'm actually excited about Tanstack, David. I don't really care about local first because I'm more interested in the other stuff using async server would get you. So in the Tanstack DB solve a good solve a good solution. Problem. You have your sync server already implemented, so sync SQL, convex sync server backend so basically, hey, sync server backend, if you get really simple about them, they have only like 3 or 4 requirements. They have to be bidirectional. All clients bidirectional push and pull The second thing is they need to have a way to call like የሆነ ነገር ጠይቃቸው all of the initial data ላንተ መላክ አለበት or about a table with some operations አንዳንዶቹ for a table greater than this id or ምናምን ብለህ ብቻ ኢኒሻል ዴታ እንዳለ ሎድ ማድረግ ኦፕሬሽን መኖር አለበት and ሶስተኛው ደግሞ እኔ አሁን ፐርፎርም ያደረኳቸውን ትራንዛክሽኖች ፑሽ ማድረግ አለበት እነዚህ ሶስቱ ካለክ you have a sync server because ይሄ ትራንዛክሽኖች ከተላኩ በኋላ and it's the server like the update argo data on it will push down the changes to all of the connected that's using the second thing that they used to send the data and and then initially demo kahona demo ከምንም ዳታ ተነስተው መጠየቅ ይችላሉ so basically they receive updates then on the initial load they will receive everything so that's the idea of a sync server Tanstack DB solve ያደረጉት ይሄንን server part ላይ implement ካደረገው በኋላ you need to implement the complement of this on the client ምክንያቱም you need I think that's the invert of this so it has like an in-memory store because if it doesn't have anything it will request that thing if it does have it it will call like it will only call the like ለምሳሌ greater than መጨረሻ ሴቭ ካደረገው id or ምናምን ነገር and when it sees like ከባክኤንዱ ፑሽ ሲደረግለት የሆነ አፕዴት ነገር የራሱን ኢንተርናል ስቶር አፕዴት ማድረግ አለበት ምናምን ከዛ ይሄ ኮድ አሁን ካሰብከው ሁሉም ጋር ኮንቬክስ ጋር ኤሌክትሪክ ጋር ተመሳሳይ ነው the only thing that's changing is the server what kind of sync server are you using so እነሱ ሶልቭ ያደረጉት ያቺን ስቶር ነው ያቺን ትንጥዬ ፓርት ነው ከዛ ግን እነ ኤሌክትሪክ ሲኩል ምናምን የራሳቸው አዳፕተር ሰሩላት ከዛ ስቲል እነሱ ጋር አሁን ለምሳሌ it's just store in memory አይደለም it's also stored in the local PG Lite database እና ዜሮ ከሆኑ አላውቅም ብቻ ሁሉም የሆነ መንገድ አላቸው ስቶር የሚያደርጉት ሎካሊ ግን I think maybe I don't know if this means that it's local first. Like you said, local first truly ለመሆን ያ ሰርቨር መጥፋት
that's intriguing like እሱን ያዘኝ በቃ like why he says like local first እና
አንተ የመጀመሪያ እንዳልከው ነው እዚህ ጋር ኦፕሬሽን ተደርጎ ከዛ የኔ ቼንጅ ነው ሲንክ መደረግ ያለበት
perfect
ግን what's the use
ግን ለዛውን እንትን እያደረጉ ያሉ እንትኖች አሉ አሁን let's say live store ሰምቶ ታውቃለህ they are trying to use some kind of event sourcing መሰለኝ ያደርጉት whenever some event whenever let's say you are doing it's like git based analogy whenever you use something you are outsourcing event and you are seeking event not actually the actual internal that event is a materialized view of your DB model it can be materialized into your DB model so the DB has everything. The event have everything that the DB needs to operate on.
Yeah.
So that event is much smaller to transport it across the intent. And now that DB have to sync on the server.
Yeah.
That's also another intent.
Yeah.
Again, whenever you have a connected client, and now when I do something, when you do something, and now you guys push events, and that event will go up, and that event will be persisted if you have to. And now that persisted ይደረጋል and now አንተ ደግሞ if you have to use it, you have to put before like
the
materialized view, you have to put that up. And but the thing is, you can have the local SQLite binding on your local.
Yeah.
On your local. Again, the thing is like you are like if you are shipping the event, it can also be stored or persisted on the server now.
Yeah.
It could the process can like materialize those things to a respective client so that like they can update their to the latest changes so that like whenever you do something, it doesn't cause a conflict now. Conflict resolution to and now people doesn't think like design will supposed to. I don't think he thinks about.
Yeah, sync server ሲባል like local first የሚባል you don't sync server መጠቀም ማለት it's not mean, it doesn't directly mean that you're local first.
This is like what I've been saying. Now like people are being like, I can do code. I can have the server code like that can aggregate something like. It's just like aggregator, like just now it just see the wall clock of like the event happens and just. Then Izani supposed to I just got me. I was like about to reply for him.
Okay.
Then like he tagged Tanstack and so you know.
I don't want to beef
typical like generic use case
just
the local first.
Super fast on software after like you don't have to back up. People say you have to avoid backend. They try and say they avoid microservices.
Yeah.
So that like you just literally write directly to your DB. But you don't only the point of having microservice in the all these are just to mutate some data on the server on your database. Again, when it's come to this, people the reason why I'm saying people also trying to mimic is like they are trying to avoid the Anthony is like since the server is on your computer, the SQL server is there. You are literally instructing the computer or you are literally instructing something on your computer now. If you think it that way, if you keep thinking that way, you can keep questioning yourself like, let's say where I'm gonna move the application logic. Okay, now the client is making the actual queue, you know. How you gonna like trust your client?
Business rule and let's
say you have a weird you have let's say but Zanzibar level የሚያስፈልገው authorization will be more. And now your core logic
even,
is there.
Even if you it's like but simple authorization ከባድ ነው የሚሆነው.
And now አስበው ደግሞ እና there are that's why ለዛ ነው I keep saying the database itself are keeping everything. Let's say raw level security is there. Like at least it can solve somehow who is actually making and now how you ለምሳሌ when you are on the local first, how you going to make sure that you, me and the other have the right data. ምክንያቱም I don't want to have your data. Local first is your it should be selectively distributed to the people who concerns about that data. እና እነዛ ምናምን ኮንሰርኖች በቃ ማይቶታ
security concerns
and እኔ ሆነን ለመናገር local first ሶፍትዌር መስራት ጥሩ ነው like ለኮላቦሬሽን ቱልስ ምናምን ግን I don't think there could be a generalized tool like in the Tanstack DB that will fulfill the needs of a local.
So people are ለምሳሌ እንደዛ ያልኩ like a lot of people have their own way of implementing local first. I don't think there is standard protocol
like,
just
depends on the apps rules ምናምን ነገር እና ደግሞ ቅድም እንዳልከውም the number of apps that would benefit from being a local first collaboration tools ብቻ ነው ይመጣልኝ
collaboration በቃ like highly reactive tools ግን they should have to be really fast and the Figma
technically even if an ERP if it was an ERP if it was like imagine an ERP ግን it's local first would that be
gonna be huge ሲጀመር first load
ግን like for ERP like it depends the context ለምሳሌ for ERP, I don't want maybe like the wait time is not something that I'm concerned, but for you people like for highly collaborative things, the waiting time is like tiny wait time. Yeah, it is costly. That's why having the server is like much faster than like pushing something on the other.
So when you said he sync server eliminate ማድረግ አለበት to be local first.
Yeah.
So so I'm trying to understand like the P2P አይነት solution አልገባኝም.
No, okay. So what it has to be as dumb as possible. So your business logic is actually on the client. The client updates its local DB, its local representation of the app. ከዛ በኋላ ያ update ይላካል ወደ ሲንክ። ከዛ basically it's like a relay.
A relay back.
It will send them down to the እና ያው ቀደም እንዳለው ደግሞ የሲአርዲቲ ይሄ like version mismatchዎችን ምናምን handle የሚያደርጋል ግን I think maybe the logic is like እንደዚህ ነው probably the best way to make a local first app is using a sync server then if you have a sync server it doesn't mean that you have a local
first that's and then my round was reply ላደርግለት ስል is around that ነበረ ግን በቃ I don't want to create a full
and I guess this is more like for applications I guess I don't know if I really care about website being
actually games could be a good use case
for a sync server
no so like for local first use case game could be games
like which kind of multiplayer and
multiplayer let's say but I'm
mobile ማለት RPGs
yeah that's actually how they do it because you don't want to delay like server ልክ ያለልኩም like ወደፊት መራመድ ስሞክር wait for the network close they're already doing it kind of in the background you look at data it doesn't matter they're just saying the latest state of your character
እና በቃ ወደ እንትኑ ስመለስ እሱ ነበረ ቡዘር ያደረገኝና like I was replay ላረግተውና በቃ I should move this round to match I have to put some clean
it's actually good
and Izani I have also taken to the consideration of like another way of achieving local first which is like distributing your wall wall here right ahead logo chart when you commit to your DB you could literally commit the log before the internal wallet before the actual commit before the data if you have that means you are keeping track of everything like every commit everything that you do before the actual costly operation so if I can replicate that to and across like server or if let's say Torso supports that you can literally replicate there is a leader which supports like which have like a write operation but and now they have a replicate that you can do the read ማለት ነው
it's internal okay when you do a write all of the replicas would be updated እንትና ማን ናቸው fly.io ሰዎች እንደዛ አይነት የሆነ SQL ላይ ቱል ሰርተው ነበር it does this exactly for SQL again it's not I don't think it runs in the browser
ችግሩን ያውን ያልኩ ችግር let's say write arc and what's the point of writing once in front like on one database like
cuz also distribute የሚያደርገው
or let's say if the write leader or if the write writes replicate if this like US East ካለ if I'm like making it like from other continent or let's say and I have to go to like obviously read can be replicated now read could give me the fast access again when it comes to write everything become complicated አሁን ያልኩ ኮንሴፕቶች አሉ total orders እነዛ ምናምን ምክንያቱም if there is multiple ምክንያቱም አሁን ለምሳሌ write to fail ሲያደርግ the reads have to select there is a process called leader selection there is some algorithm that it runs so that it can select the leader one leader ማለት ግን አስቡ like if you have let's say if I have to replicate my writes if I have like bunch of writes across my intent it's become the same problem that I'm saying like the local first and like እሱንም ኮንሴፕትም የዛኔ ነካክቸዋለሁ like there is also a way to do it this way again but we fall into the same foundation issue which is like እንትን ኢሹዎችን ፊክስ ማድረግና ከዛ በቃ
there is a የሆነ እንትን አለ what we're talking about ላይ እንትን እየመጣልኝ ነው አይምሮ ላይ የሆነ ስኬል አለ there is some kind of scale where you have like in the notion ምናምን sync server አላቸው ግን they're kind of like local first but they don't really care about it አይነት ደግሞ ከዛ የበለጠ ደግሞ local first እና care የማያደርግ ነገር ምንድን ነው ብቻ የሆነ ስኬል አሉ ከዛ አሁን አንተ ያልካቸው ሜቢ መሀል ላይ አሉ እዛ ደግሞ ጥገጋ አሉ like they don't even have data like backend hotspot connect አድርገህ ካጠገበ ጋር chat ታደርጋለህ like one of those bluetooth chats like mesh network ምናምን የሚሰሩት ትሎች ያሉ like እስከዚህ ያሉት local first ነው የሚባለው ከዛ what does that even mean
you are right now በቃ ወደ እንትኑ ስመለስ ወደ Tanstack DB ስመለስ I guess like Beka.
They were doing good stuff. It's in beta.
I'm not saying I really like it again. When they say they also mention local first when they say local first one thing is that post ያደረኩት ነገር it's becoming as a standard which is a set of APIs that makes you feel to have a local first express, not actually the local first itself. It shouldn't have to be the local first thing itself, but it has to give a feel and like a use. Let's say collection the collection is that API.
Yeah, collection API also I value it even without the sync server. ምክንያቱም like እናቴው ምናምን የኮንቪክስ ሲሎች generally ብራግ የሚያደርጉት ምንድነው የውስጥ API ምናምን front end ላይ ምናምን data operation ለመስራት እኮ ምናምን Tanstack DB ካለ ታውጣና I'm doing the same thing like ወደዛ መቅረባችን this is you can still use your REST API server አዲስ 0.5 ላይ ያላኩትን አፕዴት ካየኸው you can still use your REST API አሁን ያለን መጠቀም ይችላል ግን your client code is now looking more like a convex code base and እሱ ራሱ I think there is a benefit to that ግን እሱ technically you're not a sync server you're still using your REST server ግን it's actually good ደስ ይላል ይሆነ
እኔ ግን ለምሳሌ ለዛ my intent is like it is like clickbait now at this point /db mark is like clickbait it's a huge clickbait it could be optimistic good the thing is when people see like the collection the actual schema the schema say oh I'm writing the db name now they don't even know like that's actually the view of the data that they have
የመጣውን data violate
like just flow data ይመጣ just እንደዛው schema or the variable
and the fetch ላይ pass እንደምታረገው ነው ያቺ
you just have the actual mutation function and you have like the collection itself and you just do the
you're right actually እኔም መጀመሪያ ስሰማ ስሙን I was kind of
like /db is like
confused
at Tanstack /db means is like
then they weren't it no they made
all the collection thing is like in ነገር ነው
Tanstack collections ቢሉት
collection እኔም እኮ እንደዛ ነው ያልኩት
I didn't even know optimistic and what else would never
optimistic it's so obvious
wow
እንትን ላይ ያነበብኩት actually ምንድነው ወይ ብሎግ ላይ ነው እነሱ ከነሱ ይሻሉ አላውቅም ግን they claim to be saying like they've been working on the optimistic and later on they want the clickbait and now
እንትና
it's a master
ታነር ሊንዝሊ የሆነ እንትን ሲንታክስ ፊልም ላይ ሲያናግሩ ስለ አሁን like ሙሉ ሰዓቴን ፎከስ እያደረኩት ያለው Tanstack ስታርት ላይ ነው ግን like Tanstack DB ላይ በሳራ ይሻላል ነበር that's actually the more interesting work ናን እያለ ነበር they were actually actively pushing it እና እኔ actually found surprising coalition ነገር ነው እነሱ ብቻ አይደሉም so the electric SQL እነዚህ እንዳለ የሲንክ ኢንጂን እየሰሩ ያሉ ሰዎች አንድ ላይ ሆነው ላይብራሪውን እየሰሩ ያሉ
እሱ appreciate
ስታንዳርድ የሆነ ያልከው ማለት ነው
that level of one thing appreciate ያደረኩት that DB it's not a clickbait actually bother እንዳረግ ያረገኝ that collection API they have introduced it just gives you an opportunity to use እንደዚህ sync ቱሎች ማለት very easily ማለት it's not አሁን ለምሳሌ to plug in electric SQL and like to use it with the collection is like much easier than like
የነሱን ሲስተም
entirely ተጠቀም ማለት ነው እና that thing only will be a converging factor for you to use Tanstack just having that set up for you is like, and now it's becoming more than a clickbait, and it can also convert real people. And now they are also mentioned that on their docs we have this list of the sync tools that we've been using support in Arago, and now even they make it easier for anything to build an adapter for them, like literally.
We added that last Saturday. On the stream I did that. Again, channel live stream I tried to create endpoint implement so we just created a dumb sync server.
Damn.
Yeah. So like you can just pass in the collections object it's really simple. System I got it done. The sync server works finally, but there is an issue. There might be a bug with the notifier system. ሁሉም WebSocket client connect ያደረገው notify ማድረግበት system. Maybe I'll work on that the next week. And I don't know. I don't really. It's just a very dumb thing. Like ምንድነው sync የሚል command ትልካለህ table name ተናግረዋለህ እዛ table ላይ ያለውን row በሙሉ ይልክልናል። What? There is no like የሆነ like being
smart about እንትን የለው
being this like smart about how it syncs. It does not doing that. So when you do when one client does an insert operation, it sends out to all of the other clients, and then when it's like update, it also does the same. Delete, it does the same. And when you publish the transactions, it processes the transactions and tells you like gives you an acknowledgement. Being smart about how you fetch the data and how you send the updates, it's one knows around ማለት ነው።
ደግሞ one thing also bother me again on the sync like እንደዚህ local first እንትኖች, let's say me if I have to do SQL migration, like if I change some schema, let's say if I have to migrate that in like do something like just the form that other people had in the form that I had, when you rebase on any change in rebase ያደርጉ እንዴት local like it's just become እንትን mirror ማድረግ የchange-ን የኔን change mirror አድርጎና የነሱን SQL light it's just completely
one of the biggest things. What if there is there was a bug? Like what if there is a bug in your business logic client ጋር ያለው
ሁሉም ጋር replicate
ከዛ ዳታው replicate ተደርጓል. What are you going to do? You need some
rollback-ንም replicate ታደርጋለህ.
I guess like there is a snapshot into event-ዎች እና
you need a migration system in your client too. ምክንያቱም
ቴክኒካሊ
አዲስ ነገር አትታረግ ወይ እንደዚህ አሁን rollback ማድረግ የምፈልገው change
even if you don't need a migration on your client, the migration to your client, if there should be some snapshot of data that you should also be keeping track, like
ከዛ ሰዎች ከዚህ በኋላ ያለውን
data ማን ነው SQL have an extension plugin like for keeping track of sessions, like when you do a commit, when you do any write into the database, it just keeps a session of events that happens about and it includes all the metadata. And you can also do an extension for it, like if it is
አሁን እኔ ያልኩት የነበረው በግ ለምሳሌ የሆነ ኮለምን like ስቶር ስታረገው የሆነ I don't know string መሆን የነበረ ነገር ነበር አረክና ከዛ JSON ብሎ ውስጥ ነው ምናምን ነገር if it was your database you could just run an update query fix the bug ከዛ you're done so ከዛ ግን if it ይሄ ደግሞ ሁሉም ሰው ግን የራሱን ዳታ ካለው how do you do that? I don't know.
Point it out recovery.
Maybe you need some way to tell it like to እርሳው እነሱ ጋር ያለውን ዳታ እንዳለ ከአዲስ ፌች ማድረግ ጀመረ
የሆነ ማስተር
I'm not sure.
You would lose changes offline change ያደረጉት ነገር ካለ you would lose that ግን
there should be some way of tracking this malformity.
It's like I think the best way to do it is the migration system. We say don't client.
One thing. That's like the.
Hierarchical ነገር ብትፈጥር like አንዱ የሁለት clients they're like
so distributed systems. Distributed systems.
I'm stuck in the.
All of them should be the same way.
All of them should be the same.
Democratic.
እሱ complete and leader ነው የሆነ multiple leader ከዛ sub leader ነው አንጋልክ. You're getting
even the multi-leader
PhD so your paper let's say some kind of distributed systems paper.
I guess like እንደውም distributed የሚለውን መጽሐፍ ብታነበው እኔ እሱ አንዴ ነው እሱን መጽሐፍ ያነበብኩት እሱን ፈተና
DDiA ምናምን ነው
no design data እና እሱን መጽሐፍ ያነበብኩት ለፈተና አንድ ጊዜ ብቻ ለፈተና እኮ የሆነ ከዛ ውስጥ ደግሞ ስፔሲፊክ ፓርት ነው ያለው
ቻፕተር አንድ ቻፕተር ነው
there is something about I don't know like distributed ነገር ሆኖ ግን ካሽ ሌየር ላይ የሆነ ሸም ሌየር ላይ
actually I mean ትዊተር ላይ ድሮስ መጽሐፍ ሚም ይመስለኝ ነበር ግን I read like 4 chapters ምናምን ይሄ ሆግ ያለበት አራት ቻፕተር ምናምን አነበብኩኝ it's really ያመር በደንብ ያስተምራል like ምን ቴክኖሎጂ መምረጥ እንዳለብህ ለምን especially backend problems ግን ያው ምን መጠቀም እንዳለብህና it's very good
I didn't get to read my plan was to read after
አራት ቻፕተር ምናምን አልጨረስኩትም ለመናገር ነው
it was good like
it was good it's time no time የሚፈልግ ነገር እና when I was just reading it weird on I like ብዙ አይዲያ ይመጣ ይሄን ስራለው መጣባልና ዝም ብለህ ቁጭ ብለህ ማንበብ የምችል እንደ ልብ ወለድ ነበር የምታጠናው ነገር ነው ያ መጽሐፍ ጥሩ ነው ለምን ፈተና ነው ግን እሱን ያነበብከው
distributed computing actually
no I don't think
was the አስተማሪው referral route
no I just by myself I know which book to read ብዬ በቃ ይሄንን ነገር ሳይው ኮንሴፕቱ ግራ ገባኝ ቴክስት ቡክ ላይ ነው የሚያሰጡኝ ሞጁል ላይ ማለት I have to references I have tried like search ሳረግ ነው actually ያገኘሁት PDF this is like እንደዚህ መጽሐፍ ነው I have to download it እና በቃ ፈለኩት ነው እሱን ቻፕተር
yeah wow
it wasn't helping
I was about to ask you SSEs እንዴት ነው የሚሰሩት like are they
serverless interface you ማለት እንዴት ነው የሚሰሩት
like how is it like a web socket
thing it's like on HTTP 2 እና HTTP 3 ላይ TCP connection establish ታረጋግና there is a middle ባለው connection multiplexing የሚባለው
multiplexers
yeah ስልክ አሁን ስትደውል ምናምን ያለው ህግን ማለት ነው ከዛ ምንድነው ይሄ SSC kind of like that same concept so you just make one TCP connection kaza draw like normal HTTP request na response መንገድ ላይ response receive አድርጎ ከጨረሰ በኋላ it will close that TCP connection SSC ላይ ግን you don't close it you just keep on that means like the other side could just keep on writing again technically the connection is just a single TCP connection but WebSocket is a single
that's possible after like HTTP 2 no
yeah HTTP 1 ላይ መስራት ትችላለህ SSC ግን is probably the efficiency
even the concurrent connection support is like
multiplexing የመጣው ከቱ በኋላ
yeah
multiplexing የመጣው ግን 1.1 ላይ is like probably yeah ዝም ብለህ like JavaScript-ን load ለማድረግ አንድ TCP connection CSS load ለማድረግ
that was also the problem for like a lot of like frameworks
እሱ አንዱ ነገር ከHTTP 2 በኋላ ግን just ባንድ ሁሉም ባንድ TCP connection መላክ ይችላል SSC እንደዛ ነው የሚሰራው
yeah
ግን
so let's move on what came next
no so we didn't yeah programs ነበር የወራ ነበር ከዛ Tanstack query ብለን ወደ Tanstack DB አንገባ
Tanstack DB በቃ እሱ በቃ እንደዛ እየጨረስኩ
yeah so we already had today
ግን like የሰውየው እንትንና ትሪገር ያደረገኝ የሰውየው ሀሳብ አባባል አጻጻፉ እና the thing the people are like for most of the time people are not curious like to look into what's that thing happening
what's that it's like a shiny new library
በቃ I was በዛ ሰዓትም እኔም ደግሞ I thought it was more of clickbait ነገር ነው before going there and like seeing how it does and how well እንትን በቃ just the real potential inside this is like I cannot see clickbait this is really good especially the sync tools now provide now so
I guess
this is nice
the next thing we can talk about is maybe Better Auth
ያው እንግዲህ እኔ Better Auth ገብታ ቴክኒክ ታይም
ነው እስካሁን እየጠበቁ ያሉ ሰዎች probably Better Auth
merch ይታል
I got my t-shirt finally የታለማችሁ Better merch ነው ትልፋ Better merch
yeah there is a website bettermerch.dev then it's not doesn't work in base it works only works on base It doesn't
okay,
work
okay,
here.
okay.
Yeah.
And now for people who have attended the hackathon.
The hackathon
እኔም ኢንስፒሬት አቴንድ አድርጌ ነበረ ስለዚህ I got my merch.
Already so already ነበረው
Yeah.
attend ነበረ
Thank you for that.
And now, 1.4. What are you most excited about? I have one.
Wait, today how did you join Better Auth? ለምን ትዘላለህ? መጨረሻ ላይ
Okay, how did you join Better Auth? Now, like
I applied to that.
Yeah.
No. How did you meet Beka? Partner up on
Yeah.
I guess በረከትን ያገኘሁት ኮርናይት ላይ ነው ተናግረዋል እንትን ላይ ሀካቶን ላይ ተቀበለ ነበር me and Barakat met on we first like you remember like Beka was doing some projects
the e-commerce thing
locally
e-commerce
the e-commerce ነበር the ገበያ search ግን I've known ገበያ search ከዛ በፊት ግን I wasn't working on he was on Telegram bot እና እንትን ነበር aggregator ሆኖ
and then there's an exchange site and now a React Native app at some point
you were the co-founder
for one man's job
እና ከዛ በቃ ከእሱም ፕሮጀክት ካየሁ በኋላ የዛኔ ግቢ የዛኔ ነው actually React Next.js ወርደ ነበር በቃ I keep see that እና በቃ የሆነ በቃ ኦፕን ሶርስ ስለነበር በቃ ኮንትሪቢዩት ማድረግ እንደቀል
in locally
ማለት ነው ሳይው ኮንትሪቢዩት ሳደርግ ምናምን like የሆነ ሰዓት ላይ he has to contact me like bro like you are አሪፍ ኮንትሪቢዩት ያደርግልና like በስነ ስርዓት በቃ እንትኖቹን ማውራት ጀመረ like ከኮንትሪቢዩሽን ሌቭል ውጪ how what to do next thing ምናምን ቢለው ነው ማለት እዛ ሰዓት there was like a lot of things that has to be added beside the normal analytics ማለት ነው ይሄ speed insight ነው ብዙ ነገሮች ነበሩ አድ መደረግ ነበር
he was working on that
ከዛ ውጪ morely በቃ I was በቃ the UI guy ብዬ በቃ I was like looking on improving the UI
locally it's like top tier UI
he was like really good his name so oh dude this is so amazing this is crazy በጣም
እስካሁን የቤተር አውት ስታይል ፎርሜት ሎግሪቭ ላይ ነው you can still see the ያኛው የሆነ like
stonish color ነው ያኛው stonish vibe
black አይደለም ግን it's layout ምናምን ሲስተማችሁ ተመሳሳይ
እና በቃ በጣም እንትን ስናደርግ በዛ ምናምን ከዛ እሱ ነገር በደም አስተዋወቀን በቃ ቻት ማድረግ ጀመረ ከዛ there was coordinate event የመጀመሪያው event ማለት ነው እንትን ያረጋችሁ
እንትን ቻፒ ያዘጋጁ
ቻፒ
የሆነ ጣራ እንትን ላይ
እና የዛኔ በቃ ተቀጣጠርን ብሎ ያፍትን ነው ከዛ የዛኔ ደውልልኝ ምናምን ተባብለን ከዛኔ ነው በቃ first initial meeting ያደረጋል
okay
ዛኔ just great እና ከዛ በኋላ ኖርማል ወርክ አጎዲዎች ኳስ ምናምን ሲኖር አንድ ላይ ነው ያለ በቃ ኖርማል ዊኬንድ ላይ ምናምን አንዳንዴ ሰዓት ሲኖረው ኖርማል ዝም ብሎ ራንት እናደርጋለን ኖርማል ስለ ስራው ማለት ነው he hates his job በጣም I just said that his mom
was that the job where የሆነ tutorial website ምናምን
እንትን ነው የሆነ 2021 like for የሆነ ዲፊክት ላለባቸው ሰዎች የሆነ ማየት ማይችሉ or something ግን read 21 ይባላል ዌብሳይት እና like መልቲ ሴንሰሪ ነገር ነበር ሲሰራ ነበር
you see TypeScript ራሱ አልነበረ was crazy
ብዙ JavaScript ነበር እና ከዛ በቃ እንደዛ እያልን ተገናኘ ሰራ ምናምን ከዛ በኋላ I guess like Better Auth ከመጀመሩ በፊት there was some beliefs like he was saying like Auth should be easy now እንደዛ ነውና እኔም ደግሞ የዛኔ I was like full time ተማሪ ነው በጣም የዛኔ ደግሞ ማቺንስ ፋይናል አካባቢ እንደዛ ሰታካሪ በቃ second semester እንትን ዳገባድና ነው or something እንደዛ ሰታካሪ በቃ he told me like bro I have to start this now he started making it like and now he told me like bro we need an adapter like we have to now we just go there now we build the adapters like for every international one for every DB provider so
nice
and now ከዛ በኋላ after the first rewrite he wasn't satisfied at all. And now I was sure I didn't deep dive into the code bases. Again, like I was contributing back and forth and
even on the initial version wow, okay,
there was an adapter ብዙ ይሰራ ነው ነገር እንትናችንን
before the ORM system hey a giant interface list of
I was like doing the writing test for each of the adapters. ከዛ በቃ it was ከዛኛው እንትን በኋላ I was back in for ስራም ነበረብኝና meeting እንትን ሲለኝም I wasn't actively እንትን እያደረኩ ነበር ስራ ትምህርትም I got 2 jobs with that.
እና ትምህርት
እና I got part time farm ይላል
farm UI okay
we didn't mention that I should have
talked about that እናወራለን
ከዛ እሱ ነበረና በቃ እሱ ቨርዥን ተተወና ከአዲስ ሪራይት ተደረገ ከዛ እሱ በቃ the same thing ሆኖ like it should be more extendable የሚል ነው ሀሳብ መሰለኝ ከዛ he start writing እንደገና ደግሞ ነገረኝና እንደገና he just found something he just told me like the second rewrite was like really good rewrite because like the APIs was actually good. There was like a lot of TypeScript hacks that is been done on the second iteration get like በቃ እሱም part እንትና ማለት ከዛ third rewrite ሲያደርግ already እኔ እንትን ጨረስኩ ጣጣዬን ጨረስኩና bro like የዛኔ እኔ እንትን እንትን ስለው contribute ሳደርግ በቃ እንትን ነው free times again bro is there anything that you are stuck on let me help you ሁሉ chat ላይ በቃ በተሰራው bro I'm free now I'm free now እና ከዛ በቃ let's do the website let's do the website ይላል I will try to finalize some test documentation documentation ጽፋለሁ let's do the website now website actually it was like a one day work
wow
Excalibur like ቁጭ አልኩኝና I just visualized he just told me also we have to make it minimalist as possible እኔ ደግሞ ሰራው it's not minimalist but I'm heavy on your
okay
heavy like with animation
okay in terms of animations I guess but you don't put a lot of text on the
that's why no
UI elements are
UI element animation wise color wise I'm so picky on that በጣም እሱ ደግሞ ያ ስለሚያግ ፕሮጀክት ሜክ ኢት minimalist
wow
just have to write the minimalist it should be closer to Excalibur
okay so Excalibur design
it wasn't like 30 ደቂቃ I just write down the layout ምናምን ነገር ከዛ just sit down እና በቃ ላይብረሪ ውስጥ ነበር ሁሉ አስታውሳለሁ ገባውና በቃ እንትና ኩና ተቀራኩትና I just send him like literally I finished so bro this is crazy like
wait I actually have one question so hello ምትለው text was that your idea top breaker
እኔ እንደዛፍኩት ነው ይዛን
these are like on the Better Auth website if you top right like nav bar ላይ underscore ይልና hello ከዛ
okay hello
hello አይደለም
hello
ከዛ there are like some PRs open
issue
some people are actually angry that they misspelled
ለምንድን
ነው ሄሎን ለምንድነው ሚስስፔል ያደረጋችሁትና ለምንድነው ሲጀመር ያለው አይደል
ለምንድነው ሄሎ ያለው ለምን ሄሎ ባክስቶሪ እኔ ግን
it's just a UI
የዛኔ ሲሰራ በቃ ሄሎ አንደርስኮር የእንትን አላ የቫይቡን ወደ እንትን ማምጣት minimalist vibe ለማምጣት I was heavily using underscores and now underscore was that part of the UI and it's not like something Halo is doesn't mean different like it's just the homepage in the
homepage
cuz I just did that and I also design we thought of like we did a couple of UIs like for plugins our first plugin UI like it was like it was like በጣም like I was designing በጣም ተጨነቅኩ
plugin UI ስትል
there was
plugin
መጀመሪያ ላይ
UI plugin
there was a page called /plugins
oh
and then Astro on website ስትገባ you can literally scroll through the list of the plugin and you can literally install them now.
Yeah.
And our first approach was እንደዛ ስለነበር but pluginoቹ each of them
list ማድረጉን አልነበር.
Yeah, each of them have their own በቃ you can literally install plugins like normal እንትኖች ማለት እና በቃ እሱን በቃ ብዙ UI በቃ ሞከርንና በቃ the first one was really good. And now we just go with the first one and now we just did the documentation and now we just make everything brute choice kind of UI. It's not like actual brute choice but like somehow
outline
without the shadows. ከዛ በቃ እሱን UI ልክ ዌብሳይት ውስጥ ጨርስ the having the website give us a hope.
The website
it has to get out. Our first post was the website and that was also the
introduction
code sample email and
password intro ምናምን ትላ በቃ የዛች simplicity is something undeniable like
I just want to mention this the Better Auth ያለው I think at some point there was a whole thread about other people who are cloning the Better Auth website. Some people were even cloning the earliest one. Like the መጀመሪያው version ያኔ layout ያኔ አልተለወጠም ግን ተለወጠ
ነው የቀየር ነው ይሄ ከለሮቹ ኮምቢኔሽን እና some UI elements
and now there are like a lot of companies that literally straight up stole
trendun set ያደርጋል
የኢትዮጵያ ካምፓኒ የውጭው ካምፓኒ እና they were in that trade let's not mention it the way it's open source is same mighty license it's not illegal ግን it's just that UI was so good that it was
we are not offended because we are like
it's like እንደውም ጥሩ ነው ደስ ይላል
just it seems how we influence the UI
it's really
not only by authentication
by UI also.
At some point we also think there should be some UI component library powered by this. And that's why I started Better Auth.farmui.com farmui.com Better Auth/farmui.com blobs gaba there is you can even see the website. It looks literally the same as the old website. And my goal was because like there was some I can think of a UI component as an authentication library accessible. I can do something as Clerk. Okay? I already see how Clerk is struggling to make it more customizable. And now there is already a solution like that. And now I don't want to do that. Like I don't want. And now one thing I just go forward is like the sign-in box. That was my idea. Now that was something that that's completely working on the one on Better Auth / and now that signing box our UI level implementation abstraction should be like that. We have to be there should be some builder that I can put and I can toggle on and off some stuff and I can have some UI. I can have some UI already laid out for the good thing about that is like my approach was having that I was using that builder as a registry graph, which means I can distribute that the builder I made and I can publish it to the registry and I can distribute to anyone.
So it's a shard chain registry. You can use the shard chain
registry API-ዎችን ተጠቅመን ሴል ላይ ተጠቅሞ ማንም ሰው ኢንስታል ማለት
So you can I can say add Better Auth UI and stuff like that.
Still like you shouldn't use Better Auth. npx shards in
add UI and then it will look at the registry and get the UI from Better Auth.
What I did was I just did it on my website and I have to host it like ምንድነው የምታደርገው npm shards in add ብለህ የኔን ዌብሳይት /r which means registry / the ID of that component. So you can literally share it anywhere. You can just use that.
And now, that's actually a good system.
It's become like as a code hosting program. As a GitHub.
It's crazy.
As a GitHub. And now the UI abstraction that I had was that time was like it shouldn't have to be as people are actually loving like there is a solution like Better Auth UI which is
it's made by a third party.
Third party and now that already did what Clerk did and now there is obvious limitation to people people have like you can still customize like you can literally have a pass props or something Again, like what in my mind was like, even if for AI apps or for anyone, that could be useful. Again, like it's kind of becoming entering to the stage where we've been on the clerk stage one.
Yeah.
Like it's become everything like in the about every bootstrap site is the same.
Yeah.
And design stage but I was like back and forth with that idea now. I could have done that is an assume number. Okay, like I don't think this is a good approach. Now I've tried a lot of pros and cons.
Yeah.
Now I just moved with this approach now. But there was /builder multiple page بيتراوز ትኖራለች ተብሎ ነበር ግን I injured it በደንብ እና like it just become way complex እና በጣም the thing is complex ያደረገው let's say toggle on and off ስታረግ you are not I'm not replacing I'm not like እንትን
there isn't enough information I guess
yeah
on and off ነው
on and off በቃ on and off ከዛ ግን እዛ እንትን አለኝ ኮድ ቪው አለኝ እንደ ኮድ እንትን
you update ሲደረግ ኮዱ
እንትኖች ኮዶቹ አፕዴት ያደርጋሉ እንትኑም also አፕዴት ያደርጋሉ ትሪም ፋይል ትሪም አፕዴት ያደርጋሉ let's say receipt password ኢናብል ስታደርግ receipt password page እና forget password page አንድ ላይ እንትን
okay
እና even like at the let's say እንትን let's say if I have to enable Google Auth enable ላድርግ forget password down enable ላድርግ ብትል the functionality has to the inside functionality let's say login pages the inside functionality has to change and now the thing that was challenging is like it's not like a measure of competition that I'm putting first እንደዚህ ሲፈጠር ይሄን string ልክላለሁ ለኮድ ፓርት ብዬ አይደለም የሚሰራው
okay
what I just did is like I just put a directive ማለት ነው just normally use client to server እንትላለች this directive is as a directive for something let's say functionality ከሆነ functional directive ነው UI directive ከሆነ UI directive ከእንደገና ደግሞ nested directives አሉ ከUI directive ሆኖ let's say a button directive ከሆነ ያ ነገር button entail የሚያደርግ ከሆነ እና በቃ just እያንዳንዱ ሌቭል ላይ እንደዛ ገብቼ ነበር እንትን ያለው
so you can have like you can add new ለምሳሌ like a new page ምናምን አድ ካረግ ይሄ የስትሪንግ አዲሽን ምናምን ስታፍ መግባት የለብንም just add those new components and directives and then it will be used and then add the new I guess toggles
በቃ አድ ለሚያደርገውም ሰው ስማች ይዜ እና there is registry ብዬ ያስቀመጥኳቸው አሉ እነዛ registry ብዬ ነበር ያስቀመጥኳቸው
so that's the first thing you worked on
ከዛ /builder ብዬ ነበር የታሰው ከዛ it's become too much and you just move it to sign box ከዛ and I just hosted ራሱን version literally host አደረኩት ራሴ ፋርም ሜንቴንስ ማለት ነው
okay nice
something like dish ከሆነ አደረገው it has to be somewhere
you spend time on it
yeah በጣም እንትን wise አስቤበት ነው like አሁን ያልኩ I could have like already solutions አሉ እንደዚህ code tree እና እንትን code manipulators አሉ
okay
the approach they've been using is like normally try string magicዎች አሉ like normal እንትን በማድረግ ኮምቢኔሽኖችን በማዘጋጀት ለምሳሌ receipt password እና እንትን ሲሆን in string ላክ which is deterministic like it doesn't work always it has to be extendable በዛው እንትን አደረኩት በቃ ከዛ እንደዛ ያለ just got I just ባለኝ ሰዓት በቃ
ዌብሳይቱን ለመስራት የነበረው ሰዓት አብዛኛው እሱን መስራት ነበር እንጂ እንትኑ
ዌብሳይት was not like it's not like በጣም ቀላል ፓርት ነበር ግን like that part manipulating and now I was also የኔ approach ከዛ ደግሞ ሆነ instead of publishing those እንዳልኩ UIዎች እንደ ክለርክ ዌብሳይት ውስጥ ስትገባ there is a builder እና there is an explore page an explore page ማለት a community made የሆነ ምክንያቱም already source code አለ code tree አለ you can people can go there and like አንድ ኦብጀክት ነው የሚፈቱት ለራሳቸው let's say login with auth ከሆነ json file አድርገው login with auth እኔ ደግሞ እያንዳንዱን I just name them easily so that like it is like respective directive ነው replace
nice
እና ለሌሎቹም ማንንም ሰው መጥቶ አሁን I already have only one component just for እንትን የሰራሁት ለኤግዛምፕል የሰራሁት ግን anyone who has a component can submit their component እና And now that's that should be the level of extendability that it has to be.
Okay.
Instead of like packaging the UI library and publishing it to that. That's why I didn't took that path and I just took this path and I just make it this way. Now everyone can like man so still it's in beta, like I didn't make it like publish post just that I just mark it as beta because like there is still some room to improve. Now so that abstraction is like my go-to abstraction, like just for distributing UIs. If I have to go with the packaging, I didn't have to package it. Sharsing is already there. And that's why I took advantage of it.
You're sharsing like the component is in your source tree, you can just modify it stuff so would apply to this. So that's pretty powerful.
And now you're watching literally out config which are UI code as instead of as a library, as a registry, as one link distribute.
But is there any plans now on design UI nagar mashat? I think there is, right?
The UI is like still questionable. You cannot like.
If you simplify the Auth client enough, I don't think people would even care.
About the UI part?
So look at the UI part, maybe in the and the Laravel is the one thing they always brag about is when you initialize the Laravel app, it comes with like a user management page. Maybe that's something the templates should do. I don't know.
I don't want to be opinionated. Actually, like it should have to be simple at the same time. Like it should be so powerful. You have to somehow balance this. Balancing those things is like it's so hard that like it just having no standard solution works.
You're right. I guess so. What's next in your base?
YC happened.
YC.
Were
you part of the interview process? Okay.
We video record and we have like a lot of fights to record that video. It's hard, like script
perfect like
speech like plus them
10 ደቂቃ
ምን እንደማወራው ስክሪፕቴን እንትን ላይ ጻፍኩት ስክሪን ላይ ጻፍኩት
እኔ በተጠይቁኝ እንትን ነበር ምንድነው ይባል ከካሜራ ፊት ለፊት የሚደረጉት እነዛ ስክሪን ስክሮሊንግ ቴክስት የሚያሳዩ ምንድን ነበር ስሙ ጠፋብኝ ፕሮምፕት ነበር ልክ እንደ ዜና
አንባቢ
ልክ እንደሱ ነበር
እኛ ስቲኪ ኖት አለች አሁን ስልክ ላይ እንትን ኮምፒውተር ላይ
ቪዲዮ ሪከርድ ለማድረግ ማለት ነው
ቪዲዮ እና ቪዲዮ ደግሞ ሰልፊ ነው በኮምፒውተሩ ነበር ይቀዳል እንደዚህ እዚህ ጋር አስቀምጥ ነው just put it phone
በኮምፒውተሩ ላይ በዌብካም
no ጥሩ ነው እንደው እኔ አሁን የዋይሲ የሆነ ጀነራል ፓርትነሮች if it was like የሆነ high quality ይላሉ I think the vibe should be ማለት ነው they're working ከዛ view እንትን YC ኮአፕላይ ማድረግ ያለበት ብለው ፒሲያቸውን ከፍተው እዚህ ሪከርድ አድርገው እንዲልኩ ዩቲዩብ ላይ አሁን አክሰፕት ለምሳሌ የድሮዎቹን ካያቸው የድሮ አክሰፕት ይደረጉ እንደዚህ ናቸው just the founders እንዲህ እያሉ
አንዳንዱ ጭራሽ ይዘፍናል አንዳንዱ በዘፈን
የአፕሊኬሽን
ቪዲዮዎች ይለቀቃሉ
የድሮ ስታርታፖች like successful ለሆኑት I think
I can after acceptance you can release
መልቀቅ ትችላለህ okay አሁን እንደዛ ይቻላል ብቻ
አለቁት probably
if you search አትለቁት
so
የት እንዳለ ታውቃለህ አለ ኮፒ okay
YC
never lose it
portal okay nice
application
you can download it
እና እሱ ቪዲዮ ለመቅረጽ በቃ ጠዋት ተቀጣጠርን ጠዋት መሰለኝ በቃ ከግቢ ላጥላጥ እየወጣን ከዛ ተገናኘን ቁርስ በልተን በቃ አይን ቪዲዮ መቅረጽ አለብን በቃ we have tried like I guess for the sauce ካስመከር
wow
አመጫረሻ ላይ በቃ አይመጣም ታብለን ትንት through time we just script one እንትን አላት
ታላም ሸምደዳችሁ
እንትንም
ናቹራል ሆነ ሜሞራይዝ አደረጋችሁ
ያ እንትንም ሆነች መጀመሪያ ከነበረው ስክሪፕት በጣም ሚኒፋይድ ሆነ መጣጣች and it's like much concise and now we also try to include እንትን አሪፍ ነገሮች that can caught people activation
wow
now በቃ መጨረሻ ላይ ቪዲዮ መጨረሻውን ቀዳና በቃ this is it ብለን ተነሳ that's it
እዛው ሰሚት አደረጋችሁ
እዛው ሰሚት አደረገ ነው ሰሚት መጀመሪያ ኤዲት ተደረገ ከዛ there are some forms that you fill before submitting the videos the CEO ይሞላል ከዛ አንተን ኢንቫይት ያደርጋል ከዛ ሙሉ እንትን ካረከ በኋላ
ለአፕሊኬሽን ፕሮሰሱ ራሱ ኢንቫይት ተደረጋል ነው
ያ CEO ነው እንትን የሚለው ከዛ CEO ኢንቫይት ያደርጋል ከዛ ሙሉ እንትኑን you could go there ግን like on the same company register የምታደርገው ነው someone has to invite you and it is not closed so there is their own their book face የሚባል ራሳቸው closed የሆነ እንትናቸው ፕላትፎርም ነው እሱ አይደለም እና በቃ እሱን ሞላን within a short period of time I guess a summit so we just got a mail that you guys have to do an interview
nice
so we just showed up አራት ሰዓት አምስት ሰዓት ማታ ነበር ኢንተርቪው Peter was our general partner. He was also the one who was interviewing us.
Yeah. Accept ያረጋችሁ ሰው ነው general
partner. ከዛ he asked us like he asked him እሱን ጠየቀው እና ዋስተጉር ምናምን በቃ just normal it's not like something የሆነ በቃ የሚያስወድቅ ጥያቄ ብለህ ማታስበው አለ basic የሆኑ questions
getting to know each other
yeah በቃ እንዴት ነው የተገናኛችሁት ምናምን ነገር አለ እንደዚህ ቤዚክ የሆኑ ነገሮች ተጠያይቀን ከዛ after 10 minutes like they just send us an invitation to join that
the book face
do you want to do IC like after 10 minutes they invite you to their meeting Zoom meeting and do you want to do IC that's what he says
yeah
of course
ግን አንዳንድ ሰው maybe እምቢ የሚል ሰው ይኖራል I don't think they
that's far ahead
እኮ it's like ወይ እዛው የሆነ ሰው ደውሎ ምናምን 1 ሚሊዮን ልግዛው ስታርታፑን ካለ ትላለህ
ከዛ we just accepted we just onboarded to their platform the book face እና በቃ እንደዛ ያለ እና through time ደግሞ እንትን ማለት going to SF ነበረ that was also a huge issue እናንተም ሰምታችኋል there was a lot of chaos just to get the visa and the ለማድረግ በቃ
አቶ ትራምፕ እንትን
before Trump
during Trump
ነው
after
ተመርጦ 2 months or 3 months ከተቀበልን በኋላ ለመሄድ ብቻ ማለት ነው
wow I thought it was just the bullshit around the embassies is that because of the Trump policies
በጣም ሃርድ ነው እኮ በጣም ሃርድ ነው እኮ አስበው ዋይሲ ገብተው ምን ብለው ያኑላ ጣጣል
እኔ I didn't even like I thought the YC people would like call like and
it doesn't work like that
የሆነ government officer ከዛ የኢትዮጵያ ኤምባሲ ጋር ያሉ ሰዎችን ስታይ ምናምን ብለው ከዛ ደውለው እንደዚህ ስታር like ምናምን
I think that's what I thought
they would call them like of course Gary Khan like after 3 phone calls wouldn't be able to be on a phone call with
the president
of Ethiopia no president አይሆንም ግን the ambassador of Ethiopia
invitation letter እኮ
that's what happened መጨረሻ ላይ
ግን ያው ጌሪታን ሌቭል ድረስ አይደርስም ይሄ ኢሹ ነው
no ጌሪታን I'm sure issue our issue
ጌሪታን like okay
ጌሪታን ድረስ ደርሶ we just send them መጀመሪያ you have an invitation አለ later እሷ later ግን እሷ later was enough for us to pass through the interview like visa visa interview now we have to በቃ ስፔሻል የሆነ ሌተር መጻፍ አለበት ተባለ
okay
something from the authorities እዛ ካሉት there should have to be some push YC ደግሞ they told us like you guys have to handle your own visa case ብሎ ነበር በሰንስ one of the hardest thing is like the visa as a founder now you guys have to handle that business now you have to be here as soon as possible that's what always the general man
I'm pressure
እና we are በዛ ሰዓት እሱም አለ የሱ ፕሬሸር አለ የስራውም አለ የዋይሲም አለ አዲስ ኢንቫይሮንመንት አለ ሪሞት መሆኑ አለ
the package is blowing up like from
there are a lot of people waiting
creating PRs
where did these guys go now ከዛ እንደዛ እየተባለ እንዳልኩ እንትና ስፔሲፊክ ሪኮሜንዴሽን ጻፈልን
wow okay I didn't know like they got that far
ከዛ በቃ አምባሳደሩ ረዳን አንድ ላይ ድጋሚ ኢንተርቪው ስንደረግ እኛም ብዙ ስቴትመንት ይዘን ሄደን ላይክ ባንክ ስቴትመንት የካምፓኒ ኦፊሻል ባንክ ስቴትመንት የጌሪታን የጻፈውን ስፔሲፊክ ፔፐር በቃ ብዙ እንትኖችን ይዘን ሄድን። በቃ አፍተር ካፕል ኦፍ ባክ ኤንድ ፎርዝ ሰውየው እንትን አለ ፓስፖርታችን ሲወስድ that's the good sign.
It's a good sign.
Yeah, it's a good sign አለና ከዛ ፔንዲንግ ላይ ነው የሚያስቀምጠው like ፔንዲንግ ላይ ያስቀምጡ ከዛ በቃ ፔንዲንግ ላይ ሆነን ተረስተን ነበር። ከዛ የሆነ ሰዓት ላይ በረከት የሆነ ጓደኞች ነው ዩዳይን የዛኔ ስለዛኔ ነገርኝ ወይ ስለሆነ የዛኔ እና በቃ እነሱ ምናምን ጋር ወርቶ ምናምን በቃ just እንትን አሉ ምናምን
ከፔንዲንግ እንዲወጣ በቃ
እንዴት ነው እንደዚህ አይነት ፕሮሰሱ ጭራሽ አናውቅም ታችን completely foreign thing for me. Especially for me, I didn't have a passport like accept ሲደረገው ፓስፖርት የለም
አውጥተህ
አላወጣሁም
እኮ አይ ነው ግን አውጥተህ ማውጣት ነበረብህ ምናምን
በቃ I have to do fast passport አላ
VIP ሚሉት
በቃ እሱ ነው አጥቼ እና በቃ whole process እና thanks to God እሱ አለፈ just got to the ከዛ በቃ ልክ ቪዛ እንደተቀበለ በማታው ሄድን
በማታባቸው ላይ ቀይሩን
ተቀበልክ ማታ ሄዳል
9 ሰዓት ተቀበለ ማታ 9 ሰዓት ዋው ጠዋት ማታ 3 ሰዓት በረረ
ዋው ቶሎ እኛ ምንም ነገር
ምን አይነት ቪዛ ነው የሚያስፈልግ like it's not like a tourist visa አይደለም
tourist B1 ቪዛ
ቶንጅ
ቪዛ የሚሰጡ
ለቱሪስት ቪዛ እንደዚህ ያካብዳሉ
እኔ I'm not like ቪዛ ሺት እንደዚህ ነርድ ነው I don't know like a lot of ግን I just like ታዘብኩኝ በቃ this is how it takes like እንደዚህ አይነት እንደሊመጣ this is like first like this could have been not gonna happen like US made እና እዛ እንትን ማድረጉት won't happen like even if for the first time beyond or the first time rejection beyond it won't happen no this is በጣም ሳስበው just like for 3 months but I was እንትን አልኩኝ this is the country is not that
የኛ ፓስፖርት ይሻሻል አለበት like
just እሱ ያሳስባል ከዛ በቃ we just got into YC after half time ግማሽ already አልፎን ነበረ አግማሽ ላይ ደረስን ኦሬዲ በቃ ፓርትነሮቻችን ተዋወቀን ባሽሜቶቻችን ተዋወቀን all of them are really good በጣም ብዙ ሰዎች ነበሩ እና በቃ YC ውስጥ የነበረው like በጣም አሪፍ ኤክስፒሪየንስ like we did a bunch of couple of showcases እንትን ዴሞዎች ሁሉም ሰርተናል ሁሉም ችግሩ ዴሞ ዝናት ነው
ምንም ነገር አልተፈጠረም ሎካል ውስጥ ላይ ነው ያለው ዋይፋይ ምናምን አለመጫው
the wifi ምናምን አላላችሁ
local
must be the wifi
and now all of the demos like work fine and ከዛ post YC before YC is more or less like እኔና እሱ ስለሆነ አንድ ላይ አንድ ቤት ውስጥ ነው just like more of ስራ ነው like YC ከገባሁ it was like really great experience
so ቤካንም ጠይቀው ነበር ግን just ለሁሉም ምንድነው like YC ፕሮሰሱን ሳይሆን like what do you do ባች ውስጥ ገባ ምናምን what do you do during those 2-3 months
yeah I guess that's like most of the startup would benefit from አንደኛ like you can harness your ምን አለ ይሄ founder mentality harness ማለት ይጠቅማል because like there is a group office hour like where you have to put along with batchmates there is a group you can assign እና እዛ ግሩፕ ውስጥ ባችሜቶች አሉ ካንተ ጋር አሉና እነሱ ተሰብስበው ቁጭ ብለው ታወራለህ like how your startup is doing እንዴት ያደርጋል እና ምን እያሰባችሁ just like free open talk አለ at the same time ደግሞ you have a private time with the only general partners እንትን ለማድረግ የሆነ በቃ just private የሆነ issue ካለ or company specific የሆነ issue ካለ ምናምን ታወራበት እና እነዚህ conversations are really important the other thing is like you can also for people who haven't figured out their product market fit that was also something really important but as a partner they are they're gonna push you to the limit. Yeah, but I'm not long. They are super experienced. They have the founders of maybe they have sold some company. And እንደዛ ምናምን ስላለ እነሱ በጣም they are like they're really good for them to find the product market fit የሚባለው እንትና እሱ ነገር ላይ በጣም ይሰሩባል product market fit እና bunch of things እንዳልኩ connecting to the investors demo day especially just like a direct connection alumni demo day is just before the demo day all the alumni instead of actual investors the alumni ይመጡና
ለዛም ኢንቨስት ያደርጋሉ
yeah of course እና እንደዚህ አይነት ንቀኑ እንደዚህ አይነት ምናምን ነገሮች በቃ just everything just make it full stack if you have to be a founder they have everything for you you just have to focus on building what the people want that's every process they are I highly recommend for you.
Of course. There is a thing I think Theo knows some more. It's like
I don't know
Theo? But Ping GG. So what he said is like I don't know. He said I think like a startup minimum startup beyond like they have like a 99.9999% of failure rate. ግን like success rate በጣም low ነው ከዛ ግን YC ውስጥ ገባ ግን 5% ይሆናል so ከYC ባቾች success defined as like they get to a unicorn status in 5 years in less than 5 years so ከዛ ከYC application ከሚገቡት 5% ነው እንደዛ የሚሆን ከዛ just ከ0.001 ወደ 5% chance
that's huge
that's actually percentage difference ካየው
relatively በጣም
it's like 200 or 300% so that's good
that's what
that's why I guess
you already have
ከሁሉም ቦታ the highest success rate ያለው is with being a YC
ግን ኦሬዲ እንትን ያንን ሞሜንተም ያለውን ስታርታፕ ነው የሚቀበሉት right ወይስ
I think that's
out of nowhere የሚቀበሏቸው
I think አሁን የእንደነ Better Auth ምናምን I think it was already getting some momentum ግን as a library ነው I don't think nobody thought of it as a company maybe Beka እና እናንተ
internally
አውርተን ነበር ስለዚህ it has to be
as a company ግን like average ካየ ለምሳሌ in your batch did the other people have as much like were they as famous as you guys I think ዝም ብሎ አይዲያ ራሱ
ባይሳሰቡ አንተ ብቻ like
አይዲያ ብቻ ራሱ ያስገባሉ I see if they just believe in you እና ፒችም በለም ካቀረብ if they just general partner who sees something in you I think like idea ብቻ ይዞ ራሱ ምንም አንድ line of code ሳይጽፉ የሚገቡ ብዙ አለ
that's totally true እና one thing also like for every intern የኛ the momentum was undeniable basically
and just like was the general partner aware of that well okay so that's also an easy fix
demo there is a quota like right now hard to take pass ማድረግ ያለባቸው hard to take አሉ ምክንያቱም all of them በአብዛኛው is just an AI company እና hard take just there should be a quota for the hard takes ተብሎ there is a graph get database እንትኖች አሉ companies አሉ graph database
hard take
as in like you know it's compared to AI
research okay so I thought you were talking about hardware foundational systems like not SaaS ምናምን ነገር but okay I get it okay.
hard take is just like something like Better Auth
okay so Better Auth hard take አለው ነው
እንደዛም ነው ግን like our momentum was also at the same time
of course because it was
እንዳልኩ most of the intent was if the idea በተለይ founder background ይታያል obviously how can he do that የሚለው like from ከምታረገው ካዩት እንትን ማድረግ
judge ማድረግ that's crazy አሁን ለምሳሌ Beka he doesn't have like በጣም formal የሆነ ግን they were able to see በቃ like his potential
the guy was great በጣም ያውቃል እና he can turn to that like it's not like something that requires. We are already there.
Intuitive no.
I think
intuition አለው
YC አሁን ለምሳሌ like they the way they select their አሁን they know like this is already recorded ለምሳሌ አሁን Better Auth ሪጀክት ቢደረግ ሪጀክት ያደረጋቸው ቻናል ፓርትነር ተብሎ ሊስት ያደረጋቸው like ኢንተርቪው ያደረጋቸው ቻናል ፓርትነር ተብሎ እሱ ነው like ይታወቃል ከዛ they go back on that እና ከዛ like if there was a successful company and not, they didn't accept it like they have a meeting internally ምናምን ነገር how did we miss this ምናምን ብለው ማለት ነው ለዛ like ጀነራል ፓርትነሮቹ በጣም like ኪዮታቸውን ኦፕቲማይዝ አድርገዋል even more than like ዋይሲ ውስጥ ካስገቡ በኋላ የሚሰጧቸው አድቫይሶች ሜቢ እሱ እንደውም ሁሌም ኮመን ሊሆን ይችላል
it's specialized ለእያንዳንዱ
ግን I think እንደውም ጀነራል ፓርትነሮቹ like it's their greatest skill is like selecting እንደዛ አይነት ሰዎች like አይተክ like ያላቸው ኢንፎርሜሽን አይተክ እሱ ነው the hardest part
you can feel a lot of good companies
I think they like program ጀምሮ they have this tradition where if the company becomes successful and they've rejected it like what the heck did we just do now
ደግሞ ትዊተር ላይ እንትንም ማድረግ ይቻላል
ኪዮስ
ማስፈጠር
they rejected me ምናምን ብለህ ከዛ የሆነ ሲሪስ ምናምን 20 ሚሊዮን ምናምን እንትና by the way I was rejected from
ከላይ ደግሞ back diploma ሚሊዮን አላ እሷንም ደግሞ ያረጋ back ሚሊዮን rejected from YC
እንትኖቹ ናቸው ግን እሱን እያደረጉ የነበሩት ኢንዲ ሃከሮች ምናምን የሆነ
who got rejected ግን succeeded like rejected ከYC rejected
as a public thing and they this
I think they
saying that like they've been rejected
who
saying እነሱ ተናግረው ነው
successful አሉ if you search for it or ምናምን አሉ I think unicorn የሆነ like unicorn reject
I'm not sure ቢኖርም like I'm rare.
I've heard something. Rippling ነበር.
Rippling
አይደለም rippling YC ነው መሰለኝ. some finance ነገር ላይ ነው ያየሁት እንደዛ አይነት ነገር. ዲል ሊሆን ይችላል አይደል I'm not sure.
There is some company
but they made their against that. So you didn't find
out. One second.
So actually እንትን ዴሞ ላይ ምናምን how did it go?
Demo always
works.
Always. Already we have closed the round like before the demo day.
So is that
we are just just for the formality.
Udemy.
Udemy, okay.
Udemy is like unicorn.
Udemy is unicorn?
These are rejected by YC.
Vidyo.io, I guess
Shippo, SendGrid.
SendGrid is
interesting.
Financial company lo?
Financial company ነበር.
Financial
but like ሊስቱ ላይ ያለ
financial
ግን YC
Y
company ጋር
በእንደዛው አለፈ. Everything was really good.
የኢንቨስተር ቀን ላይ ፕሮግራም መጥቶ ነበር. Were you guys at that? I think የሆነ ስፒች ነበር. እንደውም there was a famous photo from that. የሆነ ኮርነር ጋር
ግን
እዛ ቶክ ላይ ያልነበራችሁ?
I'm not sure. እኔ like በአብዛኛው I try to attend events like I'm not that kind of events
even roto means
I don't know.
Do I have to be there?
For Beka it makes sense because he's
okay, is that CEO?
Yes. Even before that like I'm reluctant to like attend events like afterwards.
I guess
I just try to find some reason.
It's probably in a safe there is an event every single
there is if I believe it's good I'm gonna go. I chose if something this is important I'm just በጣም ብዙ ኢቨንት አለ እዛ ሴፍ እንትን ስትሆን እና በተለይ ሴፍ ስትሆን በጣም ብዙ ኢቨንት
too much
ባርፍ እንትኖች
you can fake that from if it's too much like carry work like you would be limiting you from the real work
it's a distraction
that's a good opportunity.
አንዴ ነው ባላንስ የምታደርጉት like investor relations እና investor relations እና technical work like ዴሎ ባላንስ
just maybe reports
Yeah, report, monthly report are like monthly updates. You're gonna
Updates,
push
yeah.
by the end of the month.
I mean, እንዴት ነው like አሁን Beka is he like does he divide his time between like he እንደዚህ አይነት እንደ CEO I feel like
especially more like I think he's also heavily involved in the development.
Yeah.
He's not just like a CEO. Like ከባድ ነው ግን
time management አንተ እንዴት ነው management
so like at this stage obviously there are a lot of things. Then at this stage you cannot say there are a bunch of things. I can say again a lot of things for Beka. Even like you have to write emails, you have to write update, you have to manage some things.
Delegate tasks.
It's something that took a lot of time. Again, at the same time, it's not like getting there. Like it's still a lot. Like it's not a bunch of things. Like after maybe if we could do raise CSS or if maybe Kaziwala or something, or the team if the team is scale ካደረገ ምናምን obviously there might be a lot of intricacies down the line. Again, for now everything is good. Just እንዳልከው it's just like being able to delegate the task is like the right job for him, like what thing to focus on, what things to work on. እነዛ ምናምን ነገሮችን እና products እንትን visions like for one point ምናምን like it's something we collaboratively discuss on the daily stand-up ሁላችን for one point what issue you are seeing, you guys are experiencing, fix መደረግ ያለበት ምናምን so it's like ሁላችን collaborate እናደርጋለን እና እነዚህ ነገሮች ሊስት ይወጣል. you have to do these things እነዚህ እና there is also a cycle በcycle አንዳንድ ፊክስ የምናደርግባቸው there is going to be a list of GitHub issue cycles that you have to do like per a week ምናምን ነገር
fighting against issues but it was
no fighting against
it was like a war you know. It's like you wanna Lord of the Rings like ምናምን the horde of you know the ይመጣሉ you have to they just
GitHub issue
it doesn't stop
yeah ደግሞ like ነገር ተነስተህ just
there's more. There's always more.
It told like
and that's the price of success. That's the price of that's actually a good thing.
So like you cannot say so like all of the issues all of the issues are not valid. Some of them are usable.
But percentage ምን ያህል ነው ግን I'm very curious to know valid versus invalid
in terms of them like 98% are like feature requests.
feature request
በአብዛኛዎቹ feature request
like again they phrase it as a bug. So I expected this to be there but it's not there. That's how they say it. And then so it's like confusing but actual bug fixes bug like needs to be addressed are relatively rare I would say.
urgent ብለን እንትን የምላቸው በጎች it's like more of fix አለ feature in fix እንደዛ አይነት ነገሮች ነው እና I could say in terms of validity I'm not sure ግን like so like as open source ላይ ደግሞ everything should be equally valid even አሁን እኔ issue ነው አይቼው እንትን ካላረኩት I'm not gonna say the guy is dumb. I first question myself, am I dumb? I cannot understand this.
What is happening?
So like what is happening to me? Now I have to go learn about what he's trying to say. And now and doesn't it self-doubt which they are really important. Like you have to know, it makes you to know the library.
It helps you to learn.
To learn Beka everything, even to reference issues. This issue has been referenced already. Like you don't need to reference it here. And now just self-doubt in the target is really important. It doesn't for I didn't move to the direction of validity percentage comparison. I think to say it's much better to doubt myself and try to understand it. And if it tries to be somehow I'm sure that like it's like there from side, I'm gonna replace it. I'm gonna cross the issue. I'm gonna move forward. If I think that's something, I try to do follow up like to them. Is it something that I try to rephrase their question whether if I understand it correctly. Again, በአብዛኛዎቹ እነሱ አንዳንድ ሬር ኬዞች ናቸው. If it's like a lot of issue ከሆነ ብዙ ሰዎች ከሆኑ ግን አንዳንድ like አጭር የሚገቡት ስላሉ already ታያና this is a thing እንዴ ምናምን ብለህ ገብተህ fix that's the beauty of open source.
How big is Better Auth? Like ሰዎች
teams
how many are you?
Right now we are
አራት ነው ማውቀው I think አራት ወይ አምስት ነው
there is Max, there is Beka, there is Alex, there is me, you also ከዛ right now አራታችን ብቻ the 2 scale to 4 2 scale to 4
that's 100%
it's scaled back I guess maybe ለመለስ look at your legs I just need to make enough money
we are right now 4
and actually making that decision was hard for me I don't know
leaving Better Auth?
Yeah because it was like I think it was a great working experience. Just handling issues, working on Infra and stuff. It was good.
Every day you are working on something unexpected.
It's like last week feels like 100 years ago. Better last week. Like your issue ባለፈው ወራ ግን like it was Monday.
A lot of issues pass by.
It's like you do a lot of stuff. A company is moving out like movement.
People who open source so embrace like we have to move really fast because everyone is watching.
Even issue in the Lalanji for Alex now like just reviewing the PRs was also like taking a whole people were like they would be a PR open because it wasn't addressed because if it's not like critical enough if it's just a feature request you can like what touch or bug fixes prioritize ያደረጉ ከዛ አንዳንድ ሰዎች ይናደዳሉ like ኮሜንታችን ላይ ለምንድን ነው መርጅ ማታረጉት ነው ወይ ፊክስ ማድረግ ነገር ካለ ንገሩኝ ምናምን ብለው ይናደዳሉ so issue ብቻ አይደለም PR ራሱ ብዙ ነው
even like የPRን ያላነሳውበት ምክንያት PR is like it makes sense merging like accepting people's PR but like if it is feature request it is hard to be opinionated about something like
it's like
let's say 2.1 speak add largo until PR obviously there is a PR like when it comes to feature like I guess it needs more time like to
think
about it
how it fits in with the rest of
small features sound let's say callback admin tarakona just a small feature it doesn't again like there are a couple of features that needs to be discussed
especially
that thing might be also new for us even if like you have been working on that you have to reference things like you have to read things now
and like ለነሱ አንድ መርጅ አንድ ፊቸርስ ኢምፕሊመንት አድርገው ሄዱ ግን እዚህ ግን ሜንቴን የሚደረግ ነው so you're buying in like maybe years of work by clicking on that merge button so that's also another
እና ለዛ ነው እንጂ like emergent issue ምናምን ካለ just they have to be merged as possible
that's
that was that
so I guess we have to talk about it ግን AI features እንዴት ነው ምንድነው የምታደርጉት because like every time I scroll through Twitter I don't know someone announces AI stuff I don't know is Better Auth interested እና ደግሞ ሌላ ነገር ስለ agents how will agents interact with Better Auth essentially እንደሱ ብለሽ
so like for agents like I don't know for agents like we have already the basic MCP tools
MCP server
just MCP server chalu even like we have LLM T65 chalu they can crawl to that now like they can use we have
AI search or
chat internal you can ask the AI just to do stuff for you like to understand things that you don't understand now and now it's more of deep search also we have that now AI can the layer like the AI agents layer that we can get closer to is like that. Then like you can see a lot of you can see plugins such as MCP, you know, and MCP plugin that can help you for AI እንትኖች ምናምን እንትን ለማን ግን like those are become I don't know, it's like cloud standard like MCP. I don't think like MCP is like the thing that you have to be in the modern era of like AI.
No, for sure.
Yeah, it's like cloud on there is some part missing still like that. Maybe like they have
it's not getting in.
Yes, it's not getting what it has to do, like what people still try to fit a lot of solutions on top of it just to make the ideal thing that you have on mind to make it work. And now there's no still MCP like it's just I say it's a cloud technology. But like bug
I don't know bug now bug oh no bug now I was gonna say like that's obviously on the documentation side like when I'm getting the AI more information about Better Auth and MCP na LLM text ምናምን የሚጠቅመው ማለት ነው ግን I think maybe በፕሮዳክት ሳይድ ምን አለ
exactly that's what I
okay I guess
so ለምሳሌ I don't know implicationዎቹ ምን እንደሆነ አላውቅም ግን for example no እንደዛም ሳይሆን like I might have an agent that does things for me now authenticated ተደርጎ that does things for me እናንተ like how are you accommodating the authentication
no to the ያወራን ነበር universal auth mention ላደረገው ነበር that are you guys going to work on that or is that delayed I don't think
still there again like it's just like another ነገሮች still think for AI apps stuff like the authentication for when running AI apps like Laravel or something authentication should be sandboxed easy so that like it doesn't require you to go there and like to do like what the most annoying thing like only Google Auth ለማድረግ the most annoying is like getting the credentials
እንጂ ለሁሉም ለእንትን ብቻ አለ ለጉግል ብቻ አለ
እና
አንድ ቀን የሊንክድኢን ለማግኘት ነው I just gave up
so authentication credentials
so that's what he's saying there is a way Better Auth could help around those areas if you're vibe coding an app and auth የሚያስፈልገው ከሆነ just you can just use Better Auth because it will get you all of the social auth providers then you don't have to go out and get the client there is a way as to one idea no so universal auth ያለን ብዙ ጊዜ ያወራው ነበር ግን that's just an idea
አንድ ያሰብኩት ባለፈው like V0 ታውቁታላችሁ V0 እና V0 አለ እና also Laravel I guess like they start our V0 start to support start to have like backend runtime just for your app ማለት ነው because like UI ብቻ እየቀረ ነው it's not like fully I guess like there are a couple of integrations that if you want to do you can do ለምሳሌ if you want to connect to your Postgres database if you want to connect to Neon or something they can allow you to connect again my goal was like አሁን Better hack ላይ እና እንትና የሰሩት project እና technical የሰሩት project I was telling him the same like he was doing drag and drop innate workflow kind of thing for the Better እና እነሱ ያሰቡት out config level ላይ ነበር እኔ ደግሞ የዛኔ መጥቼ ኢንተርኔት ኮንሳልት አደረጋቸው my idea was that flow should be deployable my idea like I'm not looking for out this I can drag in drop in I can deploy that backend like that backend so I guess you can use it as a service as well
yep and then that would be like build your own clerk or something like that so you would have an authorization server
but just no server like just ያንን ኖድ server it just deploys it for you
do you remember glitch የሚባል ድሮ የሆነ playground እሱ እንደ ኮድ ኤዲተር ነው እንደነ ኮድ ሳንድቦክስ ምናምን ነገር ግን it will also like let you after you created your app and stuff you can click on publish and it will just give you a URL ይሄ ግን እንደዛ ሆኖ ባናሱ ባይነት
just me cool so like if I have an auth config And if I have a set of routers, like
Yeah.
which is the Better Auth give me, which is the
Yeah.
runtime itself.
Yeah.
And now I guess like I can make sure to deploy that flow now. And also good soon I can make that work with the already existed እንትኖች ቫይብ ኮድ እንትኖች ማለት ነው። እና ለዛ ነው የሆነ ሰዓት ላይ ቪዜሮ ላይ በቃ ደቅ ብዬ ምናምን I was trying to make the basic MCP work. ምክንያቱም first like it doesn't know about Better Auth. I have to feed some data. And now they don't have an MCP support. Itself, the Vizero itself doesn't support.
So you have to use the
LLMs text. It was performing good. Like there is no way if I can get the sandbox. I can try like click login below. It's just running on the client. Like it's just there is no credential. There is no backend. If it has to be, it is gonna be on in memory one. So.
Yeah.
And now that was so when the time introduced introduced Yarak, my idea was like there has to be some way to do. Again, like there are a bunch of drivers that's been missing now. So large, you know.
Yeah.
Again, like Lazano, I don't want to make it. I don't want to be that solution to be tied to V0 Yes, any inflow እንትኖችን consider ያደረጉት.
Okay.
You can make it work with the V0 ግን like there are a bunch of things that you have to wire specific to V0.
Yeah.
As your runtime.
So maybe Better Auth would need its own V0 kind of thing with that innate interface? I don't know.
I'm not
that's gonna take too much effort, I think.
Yeah,
that would be
ለዛ ነው ለቴክኖሎጂ if this could if the deployable targets if it's working,
it's like
I guess that's the best way. Kakatom's the best way.
I saw a vision. One episode like that. I think that was my favorite project I did. Again, so I guess that's also another way to go about adding AI stuff. So good though, I guess በዚህ ግን በብሉ በርስት ካላደረገ እነዚህ ፊቸሮች መግባታቸው አይቀርም just to get the ኢንቨስተሮችን happy ለማድረግ what are you doing in the AI space ሲባል
they want to be happening with the source.
So
አሁን ትንሽ ቆይቶ ማለት ነው like authentication is going to be like actual human አይደለም authenticate የሚያደርገው ሳስበው right?
So that's the
behalf of human.
On behalf of
human.
On behalf of
like,
you, ChatGPT.
One thing also like authentication is like more of complex things. If it is authentication, I guess it is something that authenticates you. Not on your behalf.
But
so you can say a lot of less work done for you as having that agent.
That's what they're doing
like,
with
there are security
implications.
They have like you need some I guess protocol or something.
This protocol you're on but when we were discussing about universal auth I saw a video with WorkOS. So they're trying to launch a new Auth standard. So that standard is basically trying to do what you're saying now. To allow
that's really
sign in on behalf of then band organization ብቻ ነው ሻምፒዮን የተደረገው. It's like Auth እኮ የተሰራው all of them came together ምናምን ነገር አውርተው ነው እኒ ግን WorkOS ብቻ ነው ሊድ እያደረገ ያለው. If there is more buy-in from other companies it could work. ግን አሁን ChatGPT እያደረጉ ያለው እኮ እነ ክሮም የአትለሳቸውን የክሮም ፎርካቸውን ሰርተው they're also getting past this problem by you don't need a protocol. Like there is just a sign-in box. The computer should just be able to click around below እያሉ ነው. There is also if they're smart enough they can do that. So that's the problem. At some point we're saying the AIs are smart enough they can use the computer like us a human would do it. And then at some point some people are saying we need a special protocol for them. So
some barrier መቀነስ አይደል ዝም ብሎ በራሳቸው
I don't know if the ChatGPT people would go with the new protocol idea. I don't know which one benefits them more. I guess this one would get them more data if they can just sign into YouTube and get access to all of YouTube's APIs for the current user, and then they could just call API endpoints instead of going with the UI. maybe that's
አሁን ስለ AI opinionated የሆነ ሰው ማን ነበር? ስታወራ ነበር ክንፍሽ ነው ወይስ your other friend?
opinionated የሆነ ማለት
በጣም ኦፒኒየን ያለው ስለ AI. I think someone
Robbie is against
በጣም like a lot of
ስለ fanatic
no
organization ፈጥሮ
in support or is against it?
against it
I think I don't know man
Robbie
no probably the ግን እና ሄኖክ ምናምን I think ሄኖክ is not against it.
I mean he works out.
Yeah, ሄኖክ is not
he works with it.
Yeah. I don't know anyone who's against it. Kinfish or like I knew
this or down
fresh you just open up your cursor tab along open up composer or
በግድ ነው cursor ነው የለመድኩት I was using mainly
Zaid okay nice
Zaid crash ያደረገ ሲያስቸግረኝ actually my PC ነው ችግሩ አልኩኝ በቃ ምክንያቱም Zaid supposed to
I guess
so like obviously they have seen the big and the pain points of VS Code now how Electron is bloated
አላቸው
plugin አላቸው ለየትኞቹ ኤጀንቶች
wasm based plugins አላቸው
እና Zaid ነበረ ከዛ Zaid crash ሲያደርገኝ
I've never actually seriously used Zaid and I have been a Helix maximalist Better Auth ሰራ እንዳለ በሄሊክስ ነበር ከዛ አዲስ እዚህ ካምፓኒ ስገባ ግን in the first week የካርሰር ፕሮ ሰብስክሪፕሽን ተገዛ እዛው ጋር ከዛውን ካርሰር ተጠቃሚ ሆኛል I guess ምንም ማድረግ አይቻልም
አሪፍ ነው እስካሁን ያለኝ
ግን እውነትን I don't know it's like you can see weight አለው ይከብዳል ሄሊክስ so no ማለት ካርሰር ይከብዳል ከበረኝ
of course
ሄሊክስ እኔ አሁን like ተርሚናል ውስጥ አለ like I open it like close አደረገውና ራን ኮማንድ አደረገ መልሼ ከፍተዋለሁ ከዛ ከሱ ራሱ ምንም ስፒድን ፐርሚት አስበው ካርሰርን like ከፍቼ ዘግቼ ይራል ምናምን ባረግ እኔ I don't even close it አሁን ፒሲን በከፍት there are like two cursor windows ምናምን ግን I guess you're neutral.
Just this year I started using cursor.
Yeah.
I guess cursor this year
no last year
they're moving so fast and urban I think they can't be older than 2 years.
Like cursor is
አንድ ከግማሽ ምናምን ነው የሚሆኑት
አንድ አመት
ሁለት አመት በላይ ሆኗል
is way too much I don't expect that
yeah probably ግን they already had like ባለፈው 20 billion ነበር ስንት ነው ያየሁት
crazy አይደል
ይመቻል
just fork VS Code ከዛ ኮመንት አሉ የሆነ ሰውዬ one of the initial developers of VS Code እንትን ያለው ኮመንት ላይ it's MIT
windsurf
I guess ግን it's like cursor is bigger than them it's like I think maybe 4 times their market something like that
I guess it's become dominant.
Augment ታውቃቸው? They're like a plugin for VS Code ነገር
አላቸው የእንትኖቹስ የተርሚናሎቹን ተጠቅማችሁ ታውቃለህ እኔ ያንን ጌም ይችላል
Gemini
why are they being popular and open code cloud code ምናምን it doesn't even make sense
I mean agent
in the terminal ማለት
you can run your agents in cursor
like let's say cursor bound like አሁን እኮ ለእንትኖችን ተጠቅመዋል vibe coding tools like
cursor
let's say open code it's being used for vibe coding tools ምክንያቱም let's say if you have to build me backend ብትለው open code
cursor is a text editor it implies that you want to look at the code then terminal ውስጥ ከሆንኩኝ I don't want to open an editor
ስለ like እንትን open code use case ውን እየነገርኩ ነው በአብዛኛው open code እነዚህ ምናምን የሚጠቀሙባቸው for people vibe code start ለምሳሌ let's say if you want to build let's say backend የሆነ CRUD app መስራት ፈልጋለሁ ብትል እነዚህ cloud code or something they can really work with እነዚህ አይነት environments
they give them a lot more tools
they instead of like running it on the it makes it more agentic and more agnostic እና it's just easy እኔ በአብዛኛው ኦፕን ኮድ ተጠቀሙ ነው ለዛ ነው
I think one of them is gonna make a Garami desktop app or like the same tool again.
ጊታር ነው የሚሰራው
Yeah, ከዛ የተርሚናል ኤጀንቶች ቱሎች እንዳለ የሚሞቱ ይመስለኛል።
ኤጀንት ቱሎች
ያ ይሄ ምን ልበላቸው ተርሚናል ኤጀንትስ አሳስ የሆነ ፊልም ነው የሂት ተርሚናል ሂትማን ኮን ተርሚናል ኤጀንት ግን it's like I don't think they're gonna succeed.
That's the part of their product.
They are not mainly so.
Yeah, terminal መሆናቸው አለም their main thing. So somebody is gonna
code SSD ውስጥ ነው ያለው. Cloud code cloud AI ውስጥ ነው ያለው.
Yeah. Cloud code ነው በሙሉ ያስነሳው አይደል?
Necessary.
I think one of the first.
Codex, OpenAI Codex, Gemini say like yeah, but ሁሉም እኮ like it's like that world is moving so fast. All of them just popped out in like a month, you know. ምን ተፈጠረ አጣጣው ዞር ስትል yeah, it's like
a lot of music
yeah. So you don't use those? No. I feel like I'm missing those. ሰዎች ሲጠቀሙ Should I be using this?
Devs አለ
you know ሁለት ሶስት cloud code sessions ባንዴ ራን እያደረጉ ምናምን ነገር
የሆነ multiple sessions like usage ሜትሪኮችን እያዩ ምናምን ነገር there like እዚህ ጋር ዳሽቦርዱን ለማየት የኤጀንቶቹን ሜትሪክ
አይታል አሁን የጆን ሁ ስትሪም ያዛኔ ፋይል ኮድ የሞከረ ጊዜ I thought he was going to use cursor or something ግን he just installed the cloud code እና ከዛ started talking to it
maybe performance wise so ይሻል መስሎኝ
yeah I guess
running it on terminal instead of abusing the trade itself
yeah I guess you don't want more observability and my idea is if it was a GUI you would have more observability into what's happening so you can have like
you can have the same level of observability
you can have like
diffs can have the same steps
yeah I guess yeah it's like I don't know what more do you want I guess you just want to be able to see what it's doing and then I can show that
maybe next
but yeah I think AI alam soon knows how to knock out
I guess we have to start
competitive advantage
እንዲህ ታደርጋለህ አንተ ስራ እየሰራክ የሳይድ ፕሮጀክት ላይ ክላውድ ኮድ ከጎን ራን እያደረግ
ትንሽ ያግዛል
እንደዛ ብለን
okay so beta root ደግሞ 4.1 I think delete ተደረገ ይመር
1.4 4.1
no
2030
yeah 1.4
1.4 is coming on the way but there are a couple of things
probably the biggest news cover
wow the initial release
one how on ቀጥሎ the biggest one you know
actually there's a lot of things because like we also have a bunch of things that next out people were asking which is stateless
but the data
session storing on the cookie ምናምን በቃ እነዚህ ነገሮች ምናምን was something that's been asked እና
እኔ ቀደም ያልኩት ደግሞ joins ነው
joins
ትዝ ይላል
like joins will also land on the 1.4
እሱን አይቼ በጣም ደስ ብሎኛል like I think when I started working there the second day ምናምን ነው መጥቼ ስላክ ላይ how do I do joins ምናምን the guy እሱን በኋላ ነው ከዛ I have to do in ምናምን ብዬ
in አድርገህ
so that was
እነሱም እኮ ኢቮልቭ ያደረጉት like because of the demand that it's have for joins እነዚህ ኦፕሬተሮች in now እያሉ የመጡት እንጂ I guess like the loose for join operator has evolved on some level of operation
and then some people like do you remember the confusion some people were treating the Auth client as an ORM for
that's like
for their sessions data
and they keep asking
ዳታቤዛችሁ እዛው እኮ ነው ይዛሽተይ ብሎ አራተቀሙ ግን people like probably like I don't know like 50,
they don't want to use other than that ማለት
issue የሚፈጠሩት አብዛኞቹ መንገዶች people because beta root is like explain like beta root is storing the users the sessions everything in your database so if you want to inspect the current state of the auth you can do that by just reading your database so again people understand we offer some convenience methods like
Just-
list sessions or ምናምን ነገር
Some
convenience
APIs,
methods
common APIs.
ከዛ people expect list sessions with user ID የሆነ የሚባል የሆነ joined ሆኖ ከዩዘር ID ጋር ከዛ
They don't know
ለሱ
they could do that.
ይሄንን function አዳርጉልን ብለው issue create ያደርጋል ግን እኛ okay what ORM are using you can do this ግን ያ እሱን እነሱን ደግሞ አንዳንዶቹን አድ ማድረግ ማንችልበት ምክንያት they would require joins እንደዛ ነው አብዛኛውን ጊዜ የሚጠይቁት join require የሚያደርግ end pointers ነው maybe if now with this if really people like a lot of people want it you can add them and stuff but yeah
I guess this could also improve some of the internal implementation.
of course speed ምናምን ማክስ ላይ tweet nature
some internal implementation for the internal adapters. ከዛ ውጭ ያሉት plus ደግሞ now it's much easier to do joins እና a lot of አሁን ያልኩን እነዛን APIዎች ሙሉ they can be factored with joins እና
nice
people also could use joins. Also like there is making it work with serverless environment because like the bundles are shipping right now on the main core package is not something that for workers is minimal.
Okay,
there's gonna be the minimal where you can when we just literally bundled out the keysly because like that was like taking a lot of and now nazam alu optimization.
How you guys thought about maybe that would be a breaking change but I don't think we should keysly should even be prioritized as a special kind of internally supported thing. Like just like you don't get an ORM if you just install Better Auth. So you like, have to add a
so like የራስን layer ነው add ማድረግ ያለበት
yeah something like that
you can so like
just to have that minimal be the default for everybody.
The default
but I don't know that would take a lot of work because the internal adapter system
like a bunch of things has been built on
top of that that's a big one.
No, a bunch of fixes bunch of PR merged bunch of even website improvements.
Nice.
Bunch of things. Beka, expect this is just gonna be really
huge. Lemon
the biggest
2.0
Capture 2.0 making it 2.0 I think
Beka was saying like we can release 2.0 next day but like he was like stressing how versioning doesn't matter like just if it is major like we can make it like
if it's like if you want, but like currently there are no breaking changes maybe we should reserve that for like the bigger
breaking
for example I think and nagar your separating it out into smaller packages or what was the thing we were talking about.
It's just like all the plugin has their own package intro let's say Passkey has web outs and just have
and then those are like included
on the core
so that's
people might need it and እነሱ just እነዛ external እንትን ያላቸው they are been moving to their own packages those that are like doesn't have inside will gonna be on the core.
I think that would be a good 2.0 after those that is done
it's already been there like Passkey has been moved already a couple of them has been moved they are SSO መጀመሪያ that was like
I guess 2.0 is just vibes then I guess you can still do breaking changes within the minor release so
so like
so 2.0 is just do I feel like a 2.0
do I feel like it's 2.0
self-reflection
there's gonna be
do I feel like I've done enough work to call this 2.0 shame version gala shame based version የሚለውን አይተዋል like the minor update መታረገው ማንም ሰው minor ከሆነ okay let's do it now like it's actually a breaking change number one ደግሞ I'm proud of this like everybody you need to look into this so
Auth JS አውርተናል
ውጪ
ነው I was confused so what's up with that like
acquisition
they just joined the team joined the acquisition now Auth JS is under Better Auth and so it's not gonna it's not like we are completely just by perspective አይደለም by አድርገን just kind of እንደፈለክ ነው የምታደርገው ነገር
it's like a stewardship አይነት ነገር you're taking responsibility
of that now that's also another responsibility now maintaining that, now addressing security issues is like still the priority. While recommending people to move to the Better Auth. So can also still a lot of people who uses a Nextauth can convert to Better Auth, like because you can do feature parity between that, and not like because like we are most feature request is less now, and as is being addressed, so it's more of value or not value. So I guess value parity it's easier for us also to say that you guys are recommending to use Better Auth. So that's the technology. Still, Nextauth people can use Nextauth. We are not gonna do anything about it. We still keep maintaining it. We still address security issues. Then we just recommend you to move to the Better Auth, which is something that's being actively maintained.
And then I think one of the main initiators for this I don't know what to call it, but for this change is like duplicated effort across like the JS ecosystem. If there are like multiple open source Auth libraries just trying to achieve the same goal, it's like wasted effort. So I think what the plan was initially was to join forces, and now just create something beta. Because that's since it was already there, so the idea is like we should like the Next.js people, like they have other jobs.
That's the problem.
So and also like they feel like they were just competing with like somebody who's doing it full time and now they know they're not gonna be adding feature requests and stuff, even though people are requesting it. So they can like, even though they're like recommending people to move there, like they just wanted to make that an official thing. So it's like I think that's the idea. That was so united against Clerk, united against
one day
the open source coalition against commercial Auth providers. And that was the idea. Not what am I trying to hosted? Just people who trying
versus
people who trying to manage your data versus
managed
people.
service.
That was the idea.
ግን የሚገርመኝ ማለት ነው like so framework agnostic ስትሉ isn't that hard to maintain? እኔ ስለ JavaScript እንትን ነው አላውቅም ግን TypeScript እንትን ነው
framework agnostic ስትል like
ሁሉንም framework like we don't care where you plug
like isn't it harder ማለት ነው?
isn't that hard? አሁን ለምሳሌ like you have to support the feature everywhere ማለት ነው right? እንዴት ነው like
so like
is it not hard?
One thing I could say is like when we say framework agnostic, the backend is not changing. The backend you see on TypeScript. But like for the clients, like they need their own binding, like the binding they have with the actual client. And now the bindings we have like across them, and now there is some underlying libraries that we use. And now that library already has a binding with the different frameworks. And now the underlying libraries that we use for achieving reactivity, managing stores, and as ነገሮች already been achieved by the internal implementation of the library. The rest is like doing some kind of web shaping, like just processing the channel. It's not like that's something that's been on the others. And the specific web እንትኖች there has been already some binding already built for them, so that like we are shipping on top of them. So it's much easier. We can, but like if that was the case, like obviously you have to make sure we have to make sure that you can you have to like compile to that actually to that, let's say if it is failed, or let's say if it is let's say for next for next let's say we need to API wraps /API/catch all route again and we have a wrapper for that handler wrapper because but like that's something that we have make specific for Next.js.
Just a convenient.
/Next.js. It's just making sure we have the, let's say for that we can take the request object in, we can just get a bunch of value out of it just for processing the stuff.
There is it's like there is a router inside the library called Better So that just needs to have like the one thing አሁን ይሄን ሶልቭ የሚያደርገው የኢንዱስትሪ like at some point I think ይሄንን movement እንመለስና ወደ ሪሚክስ ሰዎች ነው ያስነሱት we have to be platform request እና response object መጠቀም like you have to be platform መጠቀም አለብን use the platform ብለው ስለሚሉ ሪሚክስን እንዳለ በሪኩዌስት እና በሪስፖንስ like the built-in default object ሰሩት ከዛ at some point ሁሉም እና Next.js እና አዲስ የሚመጡ ፍሬምወርክ
they start to add their own
so you can get the request object ከዛ Better Auth ላይ request object ይቀበልና ውስጡ ሌላ ራውተር አለው Better call so it gives the request object to Better call and Better call routes
the translation
parse out the correct data and on the front end ደግሞ ልክ እንዳለው ነው so on the front end because all of the frameworks have their own flavor of reactivity that's addressed by like a generalized store I think atoms ምናምን ነው
nano stores
nano stores so that does it and so basically you just have those front end schemes at the front of the thing and then the rest of doesn't care the rest of the ለምሳሌ አሁን የሆነ ሰው plugin implement ሲያደርግ is this person using it from Svelte? Is this person using it from Next? They don't care. They can just do it in the Better Auth way, and then the Better Auth way is framework agnostic.
It's just having zero standards. That's agnostic.
That's how you become framework agnostic, and that's a big deal because JS is. I think it's like the biggest programming ecosystem out there.
So it's become operating system.
It's like there is like a guy from I don't know like they're using JS in the Dragon shuttle. የሆነ ወደ ISS dock ሲያደርጉ ያለው ዳሽቦርዳቸው በጃቫስክሪፕት ነው የተሰራው የSpaceX ዳሽቦርድ so እሱ በዛ የተሰራው አንድ የሆነ 12 ዓመት ልጅ ፕሮግራሚንግ እየተማረ የሚሰራው የፊት ዳሽቦርድ እሱም በጃቫስክሪፕት ነው so that's what I'm saying the range is በጣም ትልቅ ስለዚህ you have framework agnostic መሆን እንደውም ቀላል ነው the biggest thing አሁን የሆነ runtime agnostic መሆን Cloudflare ያስቸገረ ነበር
the layers I guess like so the problem is like having different set of standards like it's not like it's like it's until the language feature which drives us this way because ending like serverless የሚባለው concept like the running JavaScript on the server is not a thing because without JavaScript
and so everyone has their own flavor
that's why I'm saying it's the language feature that enables to do እነዚህ ነገሮች እና I don't think we have to question it because like serverless like for some people like አሁን ለምሳሌ ለእንትን ሰዎች people who come from bare metal server maintenance ከሚያደርጉ ሰዎች it seems like I'm not gonna
one process running
it's like waste of my money so just having spin up one VM just for test just to process that request and now it's like people's skepticism like leads for like that's why I really appreciate ለምሳሌ Next.js and Vercel appreciate ማድረገው they built just for a second they just built like a framework that could operate on the serverless it's not like more my runtime is on serverless it's just like literally my framework on serverless like because the framework has its own runtime the runtime is not only serving request and response let's say there are server side rendering RACs ብዙ ነገሮች አሉ እና those are also running on the same lambda environment actually running your backend and now that kind of that's why I really appreciate that the kind of the foundation that they have built is something that like that could show how powerful the serverless world could be still people still ቢቻ ያደርጋሉ like እንትን ላይ serverless ላይ ማለት ነው like you cannot say serverless is like the best solution it has its own use case serverless like you cannot say for long processing I can use that it's just like running Java on Lambda it's not like people have to ያፕ ሲያደርጉ ምናምን like there are people who have valid things but like
against
እና በአብዛኛው ሰዎችንም እንትን ኖቲስ ያደረጉት ምን መሰለህ there is some kind of like if you have to draw a scale there is a neutral scale there is a negative one and there is a one scale at a time people who actually say like they hate serverless is the people who actually understand but they find out hard to provision their service on the serverless one.
Okay.
They found it hard. Like the tooling they have found, they found it hard.
Oh, serverless የማይወዱ ሰዎች
yeah, በአብዛኛው ሰዎች የሆነ ያለው ማለት ነው. But like there is a pure hate by itself. Again, like the people who actually knows could also hate the serverless.
Okay.
And now ለዛ ነው ያቺ extreme like መሀል ላይ መታ like they say like there shouldn't have to be serverless. Your server, it is you, and you have to manage it. And even like
$5 repay.
That's the joke, man. $5. And now like they don't care about like actually those people who say that, I don't think they also understand about like the distributed system and now how like services work at the scale.
Okay.
Because like at scale, like obviously, if you know how VPS works and if you know how to handle a lot of things, you keep say yourself, isn't there any solution that can automate this? But there is already serverless. But like they keep denying the fact that they are moving to. Obviously, on the serverless, there are a couple of limitations because of, let's say, if you go to the workers, you cannot access it, no API, because they are built on the isolate one. There is
that's what I was saying.
Vercel or any serverless or Firecracker or Lambda. There is V8 engine, which is like the Google open source famous engine for running JavaScript and executing it. So, interline ሲሆን serverless ላይ Lambda ሲሆን when some request comes, ያ V8 ነው instantiate የሚሆነው ያቺ V8 ማለት ነው። ግን when that means there is a cold start, obviously. People saying that's why they hate one thing. Because like that has to be
skill issues. I'll make the lambdas with Rust and they will have like microsecond cold starts.
And now እሱ concept አለ እና obviously people say Cloudflare is much optimized like because
they reuse the
isolate now because like that V8 engine you are using it with the others. Let's say any nasu የምንጠቀመው V8 እንትን ተመሳሳይ already እሱ spin up አድርጎልኛል ግን the thing is እሱ የሚጠቀመውን እንትን CPU bound ሆኗል አንተ ጋር IO bound ይሆናል that means you cannot
while true bargate crypto mine baragazing
again there is a catch the thing once when they do that they disable some APIs.
Okay.
Because like there is side channel attacks. Let's say let's say if I have to use performance APIs, some API with that
override.
It is like they are VM boundary international APIs. Okay. It seems like I'm pretending I'm abusing you. No? You cannot be predictable about it. That's their also biggest limitation. That's why they are saying Cloudflare, even like one thing also, Cloudflare drew tastaus. Cloudflare is not like the point is not to be web host or like backing stuff. They are like DDoS as a protection.
As you get bigger IPO, you got a big corporation now. Corporation, the whole point. If you if the whole point of the corporation is eating the world. The best case of scenario of the corporation is like Ars Corp because Universe Corp it doesn't stop. So it's like a ሌሎች እንትኖችን ካየ አሁን ጉግል ምናምን ካያቸው ሰርች ኢንጂን ነበሩ now they're driving self driving cars ምናምን it's like I don't believe them for doing that.
እኔ ደግሞ ለምሳሌ I'm skeptical.
You can't just say ይሄ ነው ጎበዝ ይሆን
skeptical መሆንበት ምክንያት like the thing is here is different. ምክንያቱም ያው DDoS service DDoS layer እና web layer or like having a runtime that can execute.
These are like different problems.
Different problems. So like the goal of Cloudflare is like workers are like when worker D is being built is just to sit across all the globe as an edge, so that like they can literally proxy your request and they can literally have that DDoS layer on top of that.
That's why
they build that. They say it's working fine. And now they move to the edge.
Why don't we say that?
Why don't we run actually the actual request and response? Why don't you serve that? And now it is the ideology that come from that DDoS mindset. And now there is some DDoS concept on it, so that like it is hard to drive some web standard concept. Because like nobody doesn't like isolate is like the biggest failure. For me, man.
For you, for the problems they were trying to solve.
For DDoS, it works. Because for instance, it doesn't work.
So you want to have like እንደዚህ ነው Vercel ከዚህ ሳይድ እየመጣ ነው Cloudflare ከዚህ Vercel እየተነሱ ያሉት I just have this code. I want to push it, and then I want it to get deployed. I want it to get distributed. I want it to run as close to my users as possible. This is where they're coming from. And as these ያሉ ሰዎች እኔ የምሰራው ነገር በሙሉ like if I can shave 1 second out of it, it's worth it. So because it's like I'm getting 1 billion requests now, I can't just push a change and then have it be deployed. Of course, that will break everything. I have to make sure that it works. ከዚህ ያለው ነው እነሱ የመጡ ያሉት። ከዛ አሁን ሁለቱም አዲስ ፊቸር አድርጉ እየተጋጩ ነው እዚህ ጋር። ከዛ የነዚህ ሞዴል ኦፍ serverless like cold start ቢኖረውም like if I can deploy, like if I can just push and deploy, if I can just allocate new serverless endpoints ምናምን ነገር ችግር የለብኝም። እነዚህ ግን ያሉ ያሉት push በማድረግበት ጊዜ I want that service to be as fast as possible. I want if I can reuse anything down the stack, even if I can reuse I don't know anything down the stack reuse ማድረገው ነገር ካለ reuse ማድረግ አለብኝ። እነዚህ ግን change ማድረግ ነው። እነዚህ change ነው prioritize ያደርጉ ያሉት እነዚህ preservation ነው maintain ያደርጉ ያሉት just fundamental.
ግን as a company
fundamental
the mind ጭንቅላቴ I cannot move my head around this is like it's just I know Cloudflare in the worker is fast.
Compared to the cold start RAM ካደረገ በኋላ I think they're saying
their runtime is like Next.js is faster because ለምሳሌ እንደዚህ ያልኩ አንደኛ obviously if it is something is like can't be used as a DDoS layer it is like extremely fast. So it's already fast for that like it can catch some DDoS and it can even like if you can remember Izani but before ሲያረጉ Vercel is using Cloudflare for their edge service. They have their edge, like when you deploy Next.js, the middleware is also hosted on the edge. So like the when they put it on the edge, like they've been like people have been seeing like latent performance issue now. Report አረጉ ከዛ በኋላ መቼ የመጣው ይሄ ነገር የተነሳው once they break up እዛ ላይ break up አረጉ ከዛ ሰሞኑን በመጣው ፖስት when someone says like when I use Vercel and ላይ አርግቼ ስጠቀም Cloudflare as a firewall I'm getting DDoS bro possible I'm getting DDoS ምክንያቱም በቃ I'm getting DDoS like Vercel is DDoSing ብሎ አሰበና ታግ አረጋቸውና ከዛ ታክሲያ obviously Cloudflare and ስትጠቀም አንድ ላይ Cloudflare was striping some necessary headers for a Vercel to know that's actually a bot. It's just like literally taking every information.
How did he know? Okay,
and now it's just trying to ping itself so that like it's like the right request. እሱ ነገር ከተጀመረ በኋላ የሪራውቱ ኬዝ መጣረክ when Cloudflare አንተ assume የምታደርገው when you request the nearest stage will respond to that was not the case if you are on the free plan up to the same plan.
Yeah, they say that was a bug. Where's the word?
It's a bug. It's
a bug, and then it's fixed. But people were saying foul play. They were tricking users and I guess so.
Cost save
cost save if there's a paying customer who's gonna like you wanna worker the age layer on they prioritize that and you wanna it gets somewhere in Siberia now worker. And that's how low like internal and turns out it was just a bug. Tio non complaints
so you cannot say bug still we are not sure but like they fix it. The thing that we know is it might be intentional thing that they've been doing.
They've been maybe we don't know.
And now
could be I guess in order to save code.
Yeah.
That
non-paying users.
Non-paying users. Yeah.
No, non-paying user.
Business paying user not
up to 4.
They have a higher
hierarchy.
Yeah. 5 labels. Then the first 3 levels, even if you pay, you just get unnecessary reroute to the unnecessary age. My own look over there.
If someone is trying to use that, if you're like bidding nagar blast depending on
the AWS like spot instances you're paying
any AWS actually the whole idea of using Lambda is actually cool.
Cool?
Yeah, like Terraform is a when I was learning Terraform, the first project I did was just basic CRUD with a resource create to redo update all of them are separate Lambda worker. All of them are separate rest binary. I built that, I zip that, it's a 2 megabyte zip, push that, it's like it starts running instantly, microsecond instant, like if like I'm getting paid for exactly the seconds that run I can bolt down an API gateway with on top of that and now publish events if I wanted to. It's like this is actually fun. Then I'm being too dependent on AWS. So at that point, yani code application, infrastructure application. Infrastructure is not just letting me run. The specific configuration of the infrastructure is also my app. It's too sketchy now, but again, just
you mean vendor?
You wanna Terraform apply because I seeing all of them pop. That was good. That was really good.
And that was Cloudflare ከድሮ ጀምሮ እንትን ስል that was በቃ እሱ ነው አለኝና ይሄ አይነት ማይንድሴት ኖሮ pushing the web forward with this mindset is kind of hard. Trusting it also on like production grade up with this imagine like there is also a limit like the worker.
What about the durable objects? Now we looked into that. That's the only thing
that was one
unique thing unification.
ለምን መሰለኝ ሁሉ ነገር የመጣው one thing because like you can consider like Cloudflare as like a tiny operating like it's operating system because like they don't support the most of the runtime APIs. So like you just come up with you can not literally call open TCP connection just because the underlying API is you need drivers actually, you know. And now just they build their set of operating system just because of that's why I've been saying people see posts now like R2 support D1 now that's why people consider it as being they are like actually thought product. They are just a part of their they have so like it's not being thought actually like that they didn't come up with like saying we have to build R2 because it doesn't exist. It's not that it exists again, but the solution that exists it doesn't work on their platform. So they have to make something that can seamlessly work on their platform. It's not been something that's been taught.
So you're saying worker environment runtime ብዙ ነገሮችን ብሎክ አደረጉ like Node.js ላይ ምናምን አክሰስ ታገኘው or wait ላይ አክሰስ የምታደርጋቸው ነገሮች. So because of that you can use like something like a libsql or something like that like a separate thing inside their worker environment. ከዛ ለነሱ በሙሉ ሪፕሌስመንት እየሰሩ ነው አሁን ችግር ውስጥ የገቡ ያሉት.
በቃ ለዛ ነው ኦፕሬቲንግ ሲስተም ያሉ
they're like literally called and your AWS vibe ነው ያላቸው like they want to be
ያው AWS ደግሞ ለሰርቨር የነበረው ወደ ሰርቨርለስ ሰርቨርለስ ላይ ሞር አሪፍ ኒሽ እየፈጠረ ነው because before AWS there is a server የታል ቢር ሰርቨር ነው
እዛ ላይ
አሁን ግን already serverless ነበር ግን they are building their niche on the serverless which is the worker environment and now like that's why
Auth exists and you want
I don't think they are actually the well thought product because if you see that they are not pretty crazy like
I don't think Cloudflare is a product company it's no you want no they want no so your product companies like ለምሳሌ አሁን Vercel የሆነ we made this product launch day ምናምን ከዛ ጥቁር ሸርታቸውን ለብሰውና just launch ምናምን starting times faster እንደዛ የሚል ካምፓኒ አለ Cloudflare ምንድነው የሚያደርጉት የሆነ it's like some niche network standard ባለፈው discover ያደረገው makes every worker this like operation like they're 3 point faster ለዚህ እሱን ኢምፕሊመንት ያደርጉና ብሎግ ፐብሊሽ የሚያደርጉ ሰዎች ናቸው they're not about like optimizing the DX or the UX of their products they just want to like if you're paying me I'm gonna give you the best offer I got አይነት ሰዎች ናቸው እንጂ
and like they have been building you cannot deny also they are building a lot of cool things
of course durable I like it I've been using it for
even if like I just hate how the runtime works I appreciate like what the itself the worker capability
not even like as a company culture also I like the Cloudflare culture more than the Vercel culture
demo like in the one thing
the Vercel is like magic the Vercel are like magicians እንትኖቹ Cloudflare are like your engineers actually ይዘው ምናምን እነዚህ the cool guy wearing the suit ናቸው እና Cloudflare like they're
the range
under the blue collar
that's why after couple of
Cloudflare video one
after a couple of iteration they እንትና Vercel እንትን ይሰራው fluid computing ይሰራው because like if in fluid you can in function concurrent ማድረግ ትችላለህ that means on the same initialized VM you can just run your own functions there no like you can achieve both the Cloudflare and the Vercel world
ሁለቱም ተመሳሳይ ቦታ ነው ሄዱ ያሉት
ግን like imagine like having both world the serverless and the Cloudflare world on the Vercel and now you are gonna be paying only just for the CPU time for the idle time
that's
you are not gonna pay for the idle time you just for the CPU that's
the IO operation ይታላል
just because IO operation just have its own runtime round trip cost አለው እዛው የራሱን ቆይቶ ይመጣል just ከመጣ በኋላ እዚህ ጋር ምን ያደርጋሉ internally like I've been reading they keep እንትን ያደርጉታል እንትን just to make sure you are actually doing IO bound IO fake ልታረግ ስለምችል just to make sure they keep hogging your memory like if it's actually being active or not no? that hogging is their way of telling if it is actively using the CPU at the same time they do a matrix they do like how you are utilizing it so like they are like by purpose they are made it like at the same time they do the matrix and they do the hogging and now they keep
the amount of engineering that goes into like this
the level
it's crazy
nah
you're counting CPU cycles gone and let's so ይሄን ያርፈል ቁጭ ብሎ it's crazy that's really great
በጣም ብዙ the Vercel ecosystem is like the OG ecosystem
of course they're the more successful ናቸው
I cannot say so like
in terms of startups deploying stuff then in terms of general money ከሆነ የCloudflare trade protection ብቻውን it will dwarf Vercel ምክንያቱም አስበዋል revenue-አቸው በጣም ትልቅ ነው የሚሆነው Cloudflare እና Vercel I think who has more revenue
Cloudflare
I think also Cloudflare
almost everyone uses it
you sure maybe enterprise
of course ይሄ የትሬድ ፕሮቴክሽን ዲዶስ ፕሮቴክሽን ብቻ ከተጠቀመ ራሱ ብዙ ሰው ነው እነሱ የሚጠቀመው
ሁሌ ግን ተመጣጣለች
እውነት ነው it's like እንትን Vercel ካለ ስታርታፕ
የስታርታፕ ጋር ግን Vercel ጋር ነው ምንም እሱን አይገናኝም it's like Cloudflare በጣም ማይኖሪቲ ነው እንደውም ሁሉንም ነገሩን Cloudflare የሚገባ ደግሞ በጣም ፌር ነው
ግን like Cloudflare አሁን እንዳልኩ
ይሄ Wrangler ዲፕሎይ ያደረገ ነው ትንሽ
even like on there was you have like there is nothing to run Next.js on Cloudflare
okay
ግን like እኔ እሱን እንትን ኮድ ቤዝ በጣም ቆይቷል ያዩት ኦፕን ኔክስት እና እንትን አይሰሩት እና ዳክስ እና
I think እሱ ለኢንትሮን
ነበረ like
VPS እንትን የራሳቸው ሰርቨር ላይ እዛ ላይ ነው አብዛኛው ሰው Cloudflare ላይ ግን ሰፖርት እንደሚያደርገው አላውቅም
they have Cloudflare support እና recently ከእንትና ጋር ነው እሱን አድሬስ ያደረጉት መሰለኝ ከብሎጋቸውን ሳየው like ከማን ነው actually እሱ አልተጠቀሰም ነበር መሰለኝ ግን ኦፕን ኮድ ኦፕን ኔክስት like a lot of internal አሁን በአብዛኛው ፍሬምወርክ they have their own adapter ባል ኮንሰፕት አላቸው just to make sure that output is like
what ምን ያረጋግና ያለው Next.js አለም ያለው you can just add a static adapter እዛው hydrate ይደረግልሃል you can just add like do that እና አሳስፓ መጠቀም ማለት ይችላል
ደግሞ Vercel ላይ deploying you might make deploying work ግን there is a build output API concept build output API ደግሞ you cannot get the best optimization like or the feature which is speed insights
it knows more about Next.js
it knows some they need the metadata just to run that open code like they make it work now Cloudflare works on the Next.js works on Cloudflare but there is like bunch of bugs ምክንያቱም ለምሳሌ let's say አሁን ለምሳሌ Next.js አንዱ example they support streaming like they support RCS server component like generated now the client component that cannot be rendered on the server it just streams down to the client as RCS and now also streaming and it's been using Node API
okay
so just to make sure
they just
saving they make it work again they've been doing polyfills like and that polyfill is actually cause a lot of memory allocation it just causes a lot of memory leaks and it's making hard for the GC to leak
I don't know what market it is I'm gonna use the Vercel framework Next.js again I hate Vercel so I'm gonna deploy it who are you
other people like you have no idea
why are you using Next.js then like Tanstack stuff
they hate Vercel like Vercel is like they love Next.js and they hate Vercel.
They hate Vercel. What? It's a weird
conflicted
life.
I guess it's personal.
Personal is pricing.
Good.
Personal.
Yeah, CEO.
Pricing. Is more kind of optimized.
I think Vercel is not that aggressive.
Again, like it could not be for.
So look, usage actually, I don't know. Good. You know, your tier number, your tier system number.
Tier system again. I don't think that it wasn't flexible. The Cloudflare is have like flexible building.
Yeah.
In the order like they insane out now.
They CPU count ያረጉ CPU cycle count ያረጉ በደንብ ነው የሚያረጉት በደንብ ነው
እና እሱ ነገር በጣም ሰውን እንትን እያደረገ ነው ሳይሆን ኮድ ቤዙን አጋጣሚ በቃ አሉ እንትና has been sending PRs in Cloudflare to patch that እና Cloudflare አንደኛ Cloudflare I really appreciate they listen to the developers listen
የሆነ ጭቅጭቅ ሲመጣ
በቃ እንትን እንደውም እንትን ሲሉ አታስታውስ ትራያንግል ማን the orange one Twitter ላይ triangle one is like triangle one see I have to process it good like I saw
that was the CTO now the CTO
of Cloudflare
እንደዚህ ብሎ ፖስት የሚያደርገው
they that time they were neck to neck
they're fighting for the souls of developers
actually I don't think there are any contract like working within that
and again like of course I want Next.js of course I would never deploy it anywhere I guess Cloudflare deploy I don't know I lemon do not በጭንቀት ነው እዛ ላይ I did my preview deployments PR preview
let's say some junior developer he knows like Cloudflare and he knows Vercel at high level they don't know this
Vercel ውስጥ ያሉ የሚሰጠን ፊቸር
ስለ like at least Vercel ውስጥ ያለው ነገር ያውቃል ግን let's say Cloudflare ያውቃል ግን he doesn't know the thing behind the scene Cloudflare how it operates the isolate natures and everything and now
and
he keeps like listening to the people that Cloudflare is fast.
Yeah.
Just because like they are proxy layers.
Yeah.
And now, በዛ ምክንያት ብቻ people think Cloudflare fast and they think their Next.js app could be much faster.
Yeah.
Next.js is so slow.
እንትን ነው እሱ እንደውም one of the እሱን ሶልቭ ለማድረግ ያለባቸው ዴቭ ሰርቨራቸውን ፊክስ ያርጉ። እኔ አሁን ከፊት ስመጣ ሁሌ I'm ነው ያመኝ. Why am I fucking waiting 3 seconds and 10 seconds for like home compiling like ምን አባ compiling አረጋው. It's not like it's writing machine code you're transpiling JavaScript compiling.
Yeah.
Transpiling
that's why you heard people say them more.
Yes, no, I think the perception. I have a perception.
I guess
Next.js
now it has been improved drastically. Webpack has been. You can go there and buy something and just come back and start. HMR fix ለማድረጉላ HMR is imagine. HMR is something that have to be installed. Again, the thing, I don't know, the thing what VT does. Is like when masala and easy solution like the thing to make something best is like not doing it anything. Not doing it at all.
Not doing it at all. Yeah, that's what
they don't do bundling.
That's the perfect infinity times performance.
Yeah, they just take advantage of the already existing ACE native support, ACE module native support.
Nice.
So like they don't bend it. They just transpile into the ACE
environment, right?
For prod like they could do bunch of hacking out
build and building so
build push
reload አርገህ ተጠብቅ ነው የሚያልኩት.
That's I don't know how he I guess like they would come up with like after when the browser runs they have
እና ኤስ ቢልድ የመጣች እና በቃ ፐርፌክት ኮምቢኔሽን ነበር።
ከዛ በኋላ ደግሞ ወደ ፖስት መጨነቅ ጀምረዋል። Post build stage አሉ like አሁን parsing minifications tree shaking እነዚህ dead code eliminations አሉ like at build time before going to the prod እና በቃ already እንትኑን ጨርሶታል. I don't think the dev is like concerned. Vit already finished it. ግን አሁን roll up ነበር መጀመሪያ but roll up was built on top of TypeScript, I guess.
Yeah, I think it was JS.
I have noticed that it was have a lot of memory leaks because of internal language let's say if you are writing on REST, when it's compiled like AST generate ተደርጎ AST construct ይደረግና ወደ output count out of it's going to be
various pipeline ያልፋል.
Various pipeline. One of the pipelines was lexing አለ. ከlexing በኋላ ደግሞ writing printing አለ መጨረሻ ላይ console ላይ display ማድረግ ነው. And console ላይ display ማድረግ the same analogous for the bundlers was like printing it on your file. And now a lot of bundlers was that part they just stopped because they are using JavaScript, and for JavaScript for making it right into the file is just like making a string concatenation. And now string concatenation it allocates a new memory every time you add up a new string one. And now that's why build it was super በቃ just ሁሉም ይመጣና printer stage ነው ይመጣና በቃ someone said we need to port that only to the REST data. ምክንያቱም ACE build is ACE build
is fast enough.
It's I guess it's go though.
It's go.
Go ስለሆነ I guess they kind of ያቺን part they have missed that part. There is no ምክንያቱም you can literally write a buffer like a byte into you can just write it on the printer ማለት ነው.
Okay,
እና JavaScript ላይ ወርድ ሲመጣ ለዛ ነው.
Okay, so you're saying I guess they can't the AC transformation አንድ ትልቅ string ከፈጠሩ በኋላ መጻፍ መጀመር የሚችሉት. They can't string that in ምናምን
ለዛ ነው roll up ያለ there has been some plugin APIs just to optimize that.
Okay.
And now ለዛ ነው people say we need to port that to completely different.
ለዛ ነው ወደ
roll down መጣ. Roll down is just like the actual rewrite of roll up on REST, but
It manages the API and
the
stuff.
API stuff and also አሁን እንዳልከው for እናንተ now already been replaced by OXE like the linting the እንትኑ አለ
oxidation toolchain
oxidation toolchain እንደዛ ነው እነሱ ከመጡ በኋላ I guess right now አሁን ይሄ Vit++ or
Vit it's
licensed ሆኖ ግን ይሄ ፓርቱ በቃ it's just
I think
fixing it.
I think it's fair. I don't know how I feel about it.
It's not fair actually.
No, like they're doing the development. Like if you think of it, the sustainability of the project and
if you have to make money.
Yeah, so that's a good way to make money. I don't know.
That's a good way. Yeah. Okay, like it's not like for us, for any like okay, so like you can still you can still use the it doesn't mean licensed mode, it doesn't hold you back from using them. You can just literally combine them by yourself and use it. Again,
okay.
Combine them. All of them are open source.
You can't. The only thing there would be remote cache system.
Yeah, they have their own. They may have their own solution built around it. So
Again, my point was because these people are doing the development, the optimization. Optimization ነገር land ሲያደርግ ለሁሉም ሰው ነው ለአንድ የሚያደርገው like for license ለከፈለም ላልከፈለም ግን license የከፈለ ያለው ሰው fund ያደረገው ነው that working so
indirectly
so corporates like the corporations ምናምን to make because they are the ones who have to build more code so they are the ones who are gonna see this effect በጣም like exaggerated ሆኖ የሚያዩት ምክንያቱም like 10x speed ጨመረ የሆነ ነገር ስትባል አንተ 1 ሰከንድ የሆነ 10 ሰከንድ የፈጀ ነበር 1 ሰከንድ ኦኬ I don't care ግን ለነሱ ግን የሆነ 10 ደቂቃ የፈጀ ነገር 1 ደቂቃ ሆነ ነው ያልካቸው so ለነሱ ላይሰንስ ማስከፈል ምናምን it makes sense.
Do you think it's fair?
Tax the rich.
Tax the rich.
Legal tax.
I'm kidding.
Whatever.
I'm kidding.
Tax the rich.
Globalization.
Yeah, I guess it's like it's good.
I need.
Hopefully, and again, Mila, Surato is not gonna be enough. They're a VC funded company, so licensing money is scraps for.
One thing.
So they're gonna have to do something much more.
Yeah, VCC meta kadata yemetalli. Baka they gonna build infrastructure.
Yeah, I think they're gonna like cash ያለው ነገር በጣም ይኖራል.
Cash layer and just the sync remote into cache
they're gonna do like a monorepo build tool ምናምን ነገር ብለው
maybe so ከጋሱ ውጪ like bunch of around the next JS እንደሚያደርጋቸው next specific optimizations አሉ
I think what's stopping Void Zero from creating a Vercel composer because they already way faster they already have way the
Void Zero ምን ላይ ነው faster like
anything like ሁሉም ነገር ላይ faster right now
they use Rasta
and by orders of magnitude orders of magnitude like 10x ምናምን so look it's like እንደዛ and now why would
I don't think so like
could they do
probably
that? A deployment like for a direct Vercel computer
can like for you to deploy a Vit app is like much easier on Vercel.
What if they make it easier on
how easier they could get
ሁሉም ነገር open ነው ደግሞ I guess
sir Vercel ላይ
they have to do some የሆነ የራሳቸውን framework
Vercel because that's why it's democratized with a lot of frameworks
that's why
I have template it's just like technical the democratic way of like blocking the others
you're right so Vercel is just at this point የሆነ Vercel ብቻው ይሄ የፍሉid computing ምናምን የሆነ ነገር ተሰጥቷቸው automatically ወደ serverless environment deploy ማድረጉ part it doesn't care about the framework you can በቪትም እነሱ if the Vit people recreate that there is no guarantee that it's going to be better than what Vercel is currently doing so ግን I think the licensing is just for now it's not going to be the main thing they're going to be using to make money I think it's not
it shouldn't have to be
I don't think it is I don't think it will be
there should be some smart way of like maybe like there should be some infrastructure the missing infrastructure
there is a thing
besides like deployment like a deployment which deployment has
I think that requires servers to be running on their side
just pretty much fast like it's neck to neck fast something
እና NX ምናምን እኮ በካሽ ጥሩ ቢዝነስ ራን ያደርጋሉ አይደል? ስለዚህ ካሽ ውስጥ በማድረግ በቪሲ ሌቭል ያን ያህል
already I'm been doing እኮ
revenue አያደርጉም።
Vercel has been doing
የቱርቦ ሪፖ ካሻቸው ያ እንደሱ አይነት ነገር ካረጉ ነው። እሱም ግን I don't think it's gonna be a bigger market, a big enough market, but I don't know. We'll see.
I don't think
again, we don't care as long as everything is mighty, even if the company gets defunct. sorry
obvious cut. We'll cut it. You're saying
even if the company gets defunct, it's like it doesn't matter because the code is mighty, right?
Yeah, one thing what I could say is like even if VT is like VT and the others tool chains are already good.
Sorry.
Again like አሁን ለምሳሌ በቪት ምን አይነት ፕሮዳክሽን ግሬድ አፕ ትሰራለህ? ምን አይነት ሰፖርት ነው? አሁን ለምሳሌ
ስቬልት ከሆነ እንደ ስፓም ምናምን ካልሆነ it could be a big up.
So like already Svelte kit is powered with the Vite. Again like beside that like with the actual Vite itself and like just let's say if I have to if I need a feature called like on streaming RECs besides server-side rendering. If I have to go server-side rendering, you can say there is a Svelte, but Svelte doesn't believe on RCs because
the remote functions are on system sometimes.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's why like plus them they do weird like weirdly evil hacking of VT ላይ የሚያደርጉት hacking.
Okay.
It's weird level. So like አሁን ለምሳሌ virtual module like virtual module at inv ምናምን ስታደርግ that code doesn't exist again like
and you know that's I like it.
It's not standard like for me to use አሁን ለምሳሌ
use client
for us
no it's not a standard.
That's not a standard. I'm not saying that again. አሁን ለምሳሌ if you have to do ለምሳሌ some simple library that do file traversal. I don't think they are based on if it has to be resolving that module, it should be based on the file convention.
You're right.
And not like that kind of gives extra work. And not like I've been saying the idea of having a runtime code, getting the runtime code, but having it on the without like being the part of the bundle, it's really good. Yeah. There is always a downside.
Yeah, standard alamonu hullem
or like that thing. I don't think that's also near way standard. That so for me, I can handle the virtual module like in the Vita if I'm building a framework.
Yeah.
If I need a virtual module support, I can do it with Auth instead of this. It's just like a bundler hack.
Yeah.
I could add the bundler when I see that. This is the module.
Plugin taragana.
And now I just declare the type Auth global and I see all of the thing. Again, it is like the virtual module is being concepted, being standardized. Again, how they're using it is not standard.
So you're right. I didn't think I just thought of it from the perspective of your Svelte kit and እየተጠቀመ ካለ user ለዛ ጊዜ convenient ነው. I can just import አድርጌ ምናምን ማየት እችላለሁ ና ግን if you are a library author it's like confusing. You have to do the same kind of resolution that Svelte kit is doing in its plugin.
Maybe like there should be a tool ለምሳሌ there should be some tool that can standardize other language level.
And does any other framework use virtual modules? I don't think anyone.
Yeah, probably. So like it's not noticeable. Like a lot of it's not noticeable. It's not like for you to use.
Next.js has the server only thing, I think.
Server that's not directive. Server only. You can just mark the.
It's not an import.
Yeah.
I thought it was an import.
Server only import server only calc no. That's only a declarative work.
Okay.
Declarative work so not bundling. It's gonna be split into. It's
server. Not. It's just annotating the. What about the? I told you like let's talk about the directives.
Directives.
The directive drama. I didn't care enough. Like ችግር የለም why like
what drama?
So people are doing Next.js ላይ you can define that this code runs in the client and this code runs in the server. So here code runs in the server ማለት it has access to the env variables ምናምን database connect ማድረግ ይችላል. If it's on the client it can access the window object like browser ውስጥ ያሉ APIዎችን መጠቀም ይችላል. DOM APIዎች ምናምን መጠቀም ይችላል ነው. So you have to do code ውስጥ use client and the ጋር ደግሞ code I get by default it's a server component but if you want to mark a function ምናምን use server የሚባልም አለ. So እነዚህ ኮድ ውስጥ ያሉ እንትኖች ዳይሬክቲቭ ይባላሉ. The first directive that was in JS was use strict የሚባለው I think A6 ምናምን የሆነ at some point የጃቫስክሪፕት ሩሎችን ህጉን ስለተቀየሩ like how indexing works ምናምን ህጉን ስለቀየሩ ያችን ዳይሬክቲቭ አዳረጓት. Any JavaScript you see today is in strict mode. ምክንያቱም TypeScript compile ስታደርገው it automatically inserts that any kind of bundle you use. So the problem is አሁን Next.js ይሄን አደረገ. The first thing was use strict. So ሌሎች ሰው አሁን Next.js መጨመር ጀመረ. workflow systems አሉ. The workflow system is basically you can have multiple steps. You can say like fetch data, sleep for 100 days. ከዛ post it to Slack. Wait for confirmation. ከዛ delete ምናምን record or something like this. እነዚህ ከዛ the steps all of them can be interleaved. Like think of it as like እዚህ ጋር ነኝ ብሎ ስቶሪ ያደርግና ኢንፎርሜሽኑን ቀጣይ ጊዜ ራን ሲያደርግ like ይቀጥላል ከዛው ብቻ basically. So they have a workflow system and the workflow system አቸውን ኢምፕሊመንት ለማድረግ use workflow እና use state የሚባል ሁለተኛ ከዛ ሰዎች when does it stop ከዛ are we going to do like use food I don't know use Vercel or I don't know what we're going to say like use gun.
Do you remember the time like use server below SQL queries and stuff?
አባሩ ሰዎች it's like ከዛ when does it stop ነው ከዛ are we going to be just drowning in directives? So the problem is these directives imply ይሄ ነገር ስፔሻል ኮንቴክስት ነው ራን የሚያደርገው. So that might affect like አንተ አሁን የሆነ ላይብረሪ አገኘው ብለህ ኢምፖርት ስታደርገው ይሄ ሰርቨር ጋር ይሰራ ምናምን ልትባል ትችላለህ. So that people were complaining about that. Some people were saying it's okay. So that's the problem.
That was the reason why እኔም ደግሞ እንትን ላይ ያነሳሁት ቻናል ላይ ያነሳሁት I guess Tanner also is
against it now.
Against it. He thinks like those kind of things are type safe and I guess we can do some kind of function wrapping አላ በአብዛኛው የሚደረገው you just instead of አሁን ለምሳሌ use workflow የሚለው ነገር you can make it a workflow wrapper and anything that runs inside of it could be a step so you can wrap it with an array of step or something. Those steps should be and with our workflow ውስጥ ያሉት እንትኖች should be deterministic መሆን ስላለባቸው and now he was saying like this is not a safe way of doing things. And now like after sunantan kala wala I just try to see what's the idea behind it. Like why did he say Milon side? He wasn't like on yalkum baka it was not like type C now. I couldn't get in substance that could convince me now. And now like for the sake of that I just try to read the more what Vercel has said about this one. And now I guess the thing is like Tanner was also mentioning is people are being confused about like the language feature in the framework feature. Use strict is language feature, is not
use strict is a language.
And now it's just for juniors. He thinks that like
that will confuse them.
That confuse them. Now they use client now Node.js ላይ ካልተጠቀምኩ Node.js
ደግሞ it will ignore it እኮ the thing is አይደል Node.js if you just do use client it will ignore it.
I guess it's string
so reasonably just pass it down.
Maybe like because of there is no ending to it like it's else like parsing ሲያደርግ
okay
maybe like if you have to run it and now that was the issue like ለዛ እሱ እንደዛ ሜንሽን ሲያደርግ that's fine fair point ግን I don't think one thing also I was saying is like I don't think you also get to use strict daily.
Nobody.
It's just like behind the scene thing.
It's always
after minified konovala code on the server ላይ ያለው output ላይ ያለ
ሁሌማ
እዛ ላይ
especially if you're TypeScript is by default in strict mode.
እና እሱ ላይ level ላይ ያለ ነገር ነው. Like my saying is like እሱ ነገር level ላይ ያለ ነገር ነው እንጂ I don't think people could jump on it and say this is ያ ሁሉ leap አልፈው if they say it is if they are confused about this thing, they don't know it.
They don't.
I can say that. They don't. Yeah, only leap jump.
Yeah, I think I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with it.
The only thing and the argument ያገኘሁት what if like this what if you need to customize how the directive will behave? What if you need to pass arguments into the directive? ለምሳሌ አሁን
why don't you pass them?
So let me give you an example. Use workflow ትልና ከዛ በኋላ mode black you need to specify the workflow mode or something like persisted in SQLite or persisted in MyDB or I want it to be persisted in S3. So if you need to like if there's an occasion in which
of course that you can only handle it on the steps.
Yeah, ከዛ
steps ውስጥ handle ማለት
steps ውስጥ ሳይሆን like ለዛት use workflow ተጨማሪ ኢንፎርሜሽን እንደ ፓራሜተራይዝ አድርጌ መስጠት የምፈልገው ኢንፎርሜሽን this syntax doesn't allow that.
ግን use workflow ብለህ ማርክ ያደረገው ፋንክሽን ላይ you can literally pass that information.
You can have it be a prop like
pass as a function pass ማድረግ ትችላለህ.
Maybe that works, but what if you need to like passing አንተ የሚነገር ኢንፎርሜሽን ሳይሆን አንተ ለበንድለሩ እኔ ይሄ ፋይል የተጻፈው በዩዝ ወርክፍሎ ሞድ ዩዝ ወርክፍሎ በዚህ ሞድ
ስለ በንድለር ሃክ ላይ እኮ the only thing happens is like a split ነው የሚደረገው.
Yeah, you just take
use a workflow use workflow they're going to be treated differently. They have the
what if there's like a sub change within that no you are doing about
sub change ማለት
like use workflow is not a good so yantum database mode I think that's an easier one. So use workflow tilna mode black kada maybe you can pass in the provider that data of like the workflow will be stored in. So you can say like SQL workflow mode using the SQLite backend. Use workflow mode using the S3 backend or something like that.
I see. Again, like
that's a tricky situation. I don't know. You can just add it as a string to the and then
again like if your DB like at the DB level, let's say if you are researching on the workflow. DB client that could be configured. So like only አንተ የምትፈልገው customizable መሆን ያለበት ግን እዛ ጋር ዲቢውን ሴት ያደረከውን ዲቢ you can make sure to configure that and you can just use that configure DB inside of your workflow.
What I'm saying is it's not
just
the DB I'm
workflow.
The DB I'm using, not the DB I'm using.
The workflow DB,
it's the database that the state of the workflow would be stored in.
The state itself, there are also state.
Okay, let's forget the use for. I'm going to use another example. So you have use server. So let's say the Next.js comes with like a new quantum and classical server. So I'm gonna for this file I'm gonna use the quantum server. So you have to say like use server quantum and then for the other one use server classical. So it's like if you need to parameterize them, that string is gonna keep getting bigger or like this. Basically they are not against it. I think it was a tweet or something.
I see.
They were saying this string is like it doesn't let you contain አንድ ስትሪንግ ብቻ ስለሆነች
stateful
ብዙ ነገር ኢንፎርሜሽን ያስገባ like ብዙ ኢንፎርሜሽን መንገር አያስችልም ነገር
ስለ ግን አንተም ደግሞ አሲንተን you don't have to care about like the state of your workflow. The state of your workflow. So like it's something granular
configuration ላይ ነው እንጂ የሚቀየረው. So you can only store boolean information in a use server ማለት in a directive. ይሄ ነገር workflow ነው ወይስ አይደለም ካለ use workflow ነው ካልሆነ አይደለም ቡሊያን ነገር ብቻ ነው
it's just like
client ነው አይደለም ይሄ ነገር ሰርቨር
just እንትን ማለት ነውና ለዛ ነው it's like the thing is it shouldn't have to be stateful. It should have to the statefulness should be at the bundler level. For the bundler it is like stateful. It needs like where to bundle how to run that file and now but at that level of is only is necessary. That level of statefulness is necessary. And ከዛ ውጪ ያለው I don't think that's really important. እሱ ያወራ ያለው concept it just adds up unnecessary things. And now he has also a point. Again, the point is like his idea is not like it's a gut feeling. Like he doesn't like it. And now is not being against the standard. Now they also write. I guess Twitter like they have write like the reason why they move forward with this kind of directives instead of
How many directives are there on Next.js? So far, አምስት በላይ ይሆናል አይሆን?
ከወርክፍሎ ጭምር
አዎ
ከወርክፍሎ ጭምር ክላይንት ሰርቨር
ወርክፍሎ ስቴፕ
አራት
server only አይደለም ብለኛል።
server only just import server only.
Okay.
That's just for testing of server environment.
Okay. Yeah, I guess they have only for lazy. It's not ጊዜው አልደረሰም።
I'm going to school.
Already code ለምሳሌ እዛኔ hype ነበር server news client has been big hype.
Yeah, it was people were like
Tanstack also already hates it. Tanstack doesn't the UI shouldn't be server driven. A lot of በጣም chaos ስለነበረበት so adapt አደረገበት.
And then they just doubled down.
He's also he was also the right person to say this. If other person say this, like, I don't think I would accept. Tanner already knows what use server and use client has been doing now.
Yeah.
How their directive mind set has been moving in the Vercel.
Can somebody fork the Next.js code base and add their own directives? I don't know. If I know, you can just add
what?
Use cat. Telena kaza ሁሉንም string ወደ cat replace ያደርገዋል in that file. It's like your module label ስለሆነ you can just wrap it with anything.
Yeah. So it's just a bundle. I don't think.
Yeah. Or use I don't know. Use invert telena kaza it will add a CSS rule to the top level component የሚያገኘው ላይ ከዛ invert ያደርገዋል like
CSS
the component and drop ያደርገዋል.
Oh, a component ነው ራሱ.
Yeah, kaza you can have a directive CSS class name which ትናደርና like
this is
cast idea.
Infra ላይ ትሳር.
Next.js for cargo እንደዛ ማድረግ ነው. If you're really against this idea, that's a good. What more can we talk about? I think.
I'm just listening. It confuses me.
Yeah,
ሄደ ነበር
የት ሄጄ ነበር? ወደ እንትን ነው።
ስቶሪ ፖይንት
Yeah. So what's the other news that happened? 1.4.
What's next? አሁን VC funded ስትሆን like what changed? What ስለ go to market ምናምን ነገሮች አሁን ይፈልጋሉ I'm sure ግን what's that ግን announcement ምናምን ማድረግ አይቻልም like it's internal.
The company is 1 year and 1 month or 2 months?
Yeah, September.
So and I guess 2 months.
Yeah.
1 year and 2 months old.
Almost 2 months. ያለፈው ነው።
አንድ ነጥብ ሁለት አይደለም ምን አይነት ቤዝ ነው
but yeah
so what's the future
I guess
how are you going to make money
in terms of making money already has been said there is infrastructure it's something that we cannot offer as a library it's just something that we help you to it's something that's አንድ እንትን ከላይብረሪ ውጪ እንትን ማንላቸው ነገሮች እና like ለእንትን we think it is like the actual features that people need ብለን የምናስባቸው ነገሮችን እነሱን ሁሉ ኢንክሉድ አድርገን that could be the infrastructure እና that could be one way of getting to the monetization goal just making a like that might not be the case again. That's also one of the highest probabilistic way of doing it now. That's I guess people would love like in terms of like the
inside
already internationally we don't require them to be extra things they just need to have to sign up and they just have to register onboard some stuff like just the necessary stuff that we need for just spin up infrastructure just for you, all the analytics, email, just a lot of all the stuff that you see on the landing page. It's something that we plan to offer. And now that way we could introduce to that world.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Some if it requires if there's a proprietary or like if it can be just provided as a as a plugin within the open source community, or if it can't be added by a third party, and then if it requires a server, that's probably a feature that's going to be in infrastructure. Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah. And other than that, just the infrastructure, maintaining the already shipping large features are of course.
And there is, I think it's like the beta role play requires like, I think probably like it's already going there again. The dominance are close, like Auth bar, like
Better
it
Auth.
should be the thing that people think about. Like. So
the
that's also like that's also I think they need to be pursuing alongside the infrastructure. So you can't just pose maragachilum because that's the thing.
Driving force.
The driving force so it has to be, that's the main thing. That should be the main thing always. Because it's ending, so it's already getting there. I guess Clark kaza workways kaza and they know workways scale on octagon they know that. How many steps are you guys away from?
Like
in terms of the
at
scale.
the moment
Enterprise is the biggest one, no? Like that's the final beast.
So,
that's the final beast.
If you can figure out some way of doing enterprises.
And again, I think the so no, hey, midray balo crypto ላይ የሚሉት ፈድ ነው fear, uncertainty ምናምን ነው ዲና ነው ግን like ሰዎች like on ቲዮሲ ነው ምናምን ታውን ኦት ክላሳችሁ ኢምፕሊመንት ታደርጉ ይችላልላችሁ ግን በኋላ የሆነ ምንድነው ትልቅ ካምፓኒ ምናምን መጥቶ ፕሮዳክታችሁን መጠቀም ሲፈልግ አችሉም አንድ ወር ቆይ ሳይን ነገር ያስፈልጋችኋል ምን ንገራን ምንድነው የሚጠይቁት ትልቅ ካምፓኒ what like ሁሉም vibes ነው just tell me the single thing so ሰዎች እንትን የሚሉ መጨረሻ ላይ ላይሰንስ ነው የሆነ የሶቱ ላይሰንስ ምናምን ነገር እኔ እንደውም ላይሰንሲንግ ከሆነ ማለት ነው the easiest thing to know that like the Better Auth, let me say this the Better Auth code base is seen by like 100x more people than the Clerk's code base. So how are you assuming that you wanna hit tadabbuko yona code base is more secure than the thing that gets viewed by like and how many forks
audited by
how many forks does Better Auth have? Like thousands probably. Like I don't get it. Like paper which I guess it gives them the then again. I don't know. Maybe someday that's also something.
So like that also couldn't be the route that we could go because there is always enterprise. Doesn't mean like we have to sell them we have to sell them code once. Because we started as open source now. Imagine like we could end up like there might be possible way again. Again, like the enterprise way might not be the way that you already been seeing, like as Okta and other been doing. So that way might not be our enterprise issue. Our enterprise way maybe like it might be different.
It could be
different.
But I think
you cannot say I cannot say this is like the way or something. It's something that we can figure out on the way down the line.
Auth space ውስጥ ያሉ ሰዎች ይሄ የድሮ like the cathedral in the bazaar ምናምን ህጎችን ረስተውታል የኦፕን ሶርስ why open source is better than corporation የሚለውን ላይሰንስ አለኝ ላይሰንሱን የወጣው ከ2 ዓመት የሆነ ከ3 ዓመት በፊት የነበረው show me like how many lines like ከዛን ጊዜ የተረፈ አሁን ያለ
valid
It doesn't make sense. Again, that's how big companies think, I guess. Licenses ካለ ድረስ የሆነ blaming ትቻለሁ እኔ
it's protecting legal protection
ምናምን
lawsuits ምናምን ነው የሚያስቡት
እንጂ it's weird በጣም weird ነው like if anybody makes that claim you can easily debate but I guess that's easy debate
maybe
it's not even close I can say like how many employees that clerk have I think they have a lot of employees ሁሉም ራሱ ቢያዩት the number of stars ካካፈልከው ስንት like probably መቶ እጥፍ ሰው የቤተር አውት ኮድ ቤዝን አይቶታል than compared to the clerk code base
Yeah. So like hand to hand them.
Or yeah, work
you
with
cannot,
clerk ላይ በጣም clerk ላይ ብቻ አንተ
Yeah.
work with ወቅት አለ
Yeah, you cannot hand to hand compare them with the ከነሱ ጋር ነው
Yeah.
like so like our foundation ራሱ ይለያያል like we started as purely as an open source
Yeah.
and they have their own open source SDK ምናምን አላቸው ግን like
Yeah.
like ours how we have laid out our foundation ምናምን ነገር is much different and now
Yeah.
I don't like the picture we gonna have like on the next 1 year or so like it's might not be on the same picture that you could assume clerk how clerk came
Yeah, so እንትኑ trajectory ተመሳሳይ አይደለም በጣም different ነው yeah you're right
it might be different and now
yeah
we are not the same like
yeah
that's Genesis
we're not they're not like us
I guess that's much better to say they're not like us
they're not like us
yeah they're not like us
we're not like them they're not like us
they are not like us we are not like us.
Yeah, we're reaching the limits of our devices. Only like it's been
think back
more than 2 hours.
Let's end it.
Wrap up
now.
Wait, like can I do it?
No, you don't. So
like yachi katharwa like zara kwam dude aun nigga
sound it's just a
loud noise through like yachi through wave formula እና ከዛ በሱ
ለኤዲተሩ ነው ማለት
editor
dang I didn't know that dang yeah interesting
so one of my last questions and the developer impressive የሚሆነው ለእናንተ like ጠርታችሁት okay let's interview this guy or girl ብላችሁ ትብትሉት ምን ሲያደርግ ነው like what would be impressive enough to join the Better Auth join ባይሆንም like for you to be interested in that
see I guess we never know
you never know
again like okay to answer that question I guess people obviously እንዳልኩ they should be impressive enough in a sense like they have like they ለምሳሌ ቀደም እንዳልነው starting like with the AI bubble ምናምን ነገር it's not gonna be something because like we know something is powerful but like it's not gonna be the right use case having AI in our project. Again, like you can say, this is you can say like you can ask like let's add something. That's not the case. It should be impressive enough. I mean, it's like in a way like that makes you question that like, do we actually need this like, or something that's beyond our ሁለታችንም or anyone እንትን ከሚያውቀው knowledge level በላይ መሆን አለበት. It should question ourselves and it just makes us research about it and to find something and like go back and forth with them ምናምን ነገር እና that will also be the thing and the other thing also should also be a guy who thinks creatively at the same time differently just differently in a sense is not gonna be something just having an odd idea doesn't make sense can like having an idea in a way that could have a reward benefit to it ማለት ለምሳሌ the rewriting ረስታላ that could have a rewarding benefit to it. So there should be some rewarding benefit and besides that having open source achievement which someone who make great achievement on open source, someone who is like who can think like independently and they can execute things independently. And so since it's open source every time like you are facing these issues and stuff like that, so you have to have that kind of mentality now. Just having great things working is something that can bring you to the door to us more.
That's good. So that was our episode with Kinfish. We talked about a lot of stuff. Beta roads, Cloudflare, Runt, Next.js. Clark ላይ ወራዳን ክላርክን ብዙ ጊዜ ስፔሻሊ ስማቸውን እየጠራሁ ተረዳ then it was a good episode it is a competition ነው እንጂ ተራለም ስለዋል friendly competition ነው so that was good thank you for being here Kinfish thank you for accepting no problem always appreciate ሌላ ጊዜም ድጋሚ ብዙ ቦታውን ራሱ አሁን ራሱ ያቆምን ያለ ነው በቴክኒካል ዲፊካልቲስ ነው እንጂ we can keep going for another time so thank you for watching see you next time